Take one.
You didn't
All right.
say it, so you can't thank him
You
for it.
didn't say it.
Look, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Realms of the Wild. At a kind of strange time, mostly because this is hopefully it. We're at the final fight.
It's the last
I didn't realize you wanted to get rid of us
episode
that badly.
ever.
I mean, I've been
BBK
trying to end this
incoming.
campaign for 2.5 years.
Well, that sounds like
So...
a you problem.
he was not the problem.
Every time I'm like, oh god, you guys got to the place where the final wound was when we introduced Arel, which was what,
And then turned around
3 years ago.
Oh,
We
So
liked her so
literally-
much we wanted to keep her.
You
Yeah.
tried to make Zolta go home.
Yeah, I think
Zolta did go home.
everyone
I know, but it
Pierre
took a lot of teeth
went
pulling
home
together there,
at some
remember?
point between
did.
that
It
time
did.
and now.
that's true. I never went home.
We even asked Pierre. I was like, "Do you need to take care of anything?" And I was like, "Nope, we don't. Nope, let's go."
Yep. But he did get arrested. So that's fun.
Yeah. You didn't
That
go
was-
home,
That was
but you
before.
did have to
Year
That was
face,
before. That was earlier.
kind
on.
of face your crimes, sort of.
That was our first
Ish.
trip to Goron City.
That
So-
was the let me do my major lore drop a year in, and then I went, was that the right call? I guess so.
No, I think it was the best call.
I remember when that
Aw.
happened, and Lex was sitting in Roll20 chat, just blatantly talking to Jody in front of all of us. Be like, "Should I drop my backstory right now? Should I do this?"
Look,
and Jody's
look.
just sitting there like, "Do whatever you want, man."
Look,
It's your character.
Lex
In
and I
my-
take very different approaches to character backstory.
in my defense of myself from 2018, I don't know how to do actual play shit, and I'm only figuring it out now.
Which is why we had to make that command for you. You should have told us
Thank you.
earlier. We would have made more commands.
Thank you.
It took a long time
See,
to get
Jax
that Pierre
understands.
command because I would just keep forgetting, and then I had to make it during a show once because that was the
I think you did.
I'm the one who told you we need a command.
yeah.
So we should have
This
just made
is why
Pierre
I'm
one,
excited
Pierre
for
two.
my next
Pierre
character to have a no thought head empty, relatively just like I'm a happy go lucky backstory because I need something else.
So
With no wings.
Hello, Don.
Announcer
It's good to have
moments.
you with us again.
Hi, Don.
I'm here too, guys. Hey, source of all your frustrations and demise, all right here. Hi, guys.
Look at that lovely face.
I'm doing the pleasantries
Nah.
now because here in a few minutes it won't be pleasant for you at all.
I just gotta tell you, man, like, you can be cocky, but the list of people who didn't kill me has gotten a lot longer since we last met.
I've killed you all twice already, so I've kind of got you all beat.
Yeah, but that's not me. That was the other me.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
I keep threatening my players with the idea of sending off like a super evil villain that uses like a Kiwi accent. So you just be like, "Hi everyone, so I'm gonna have to kill you all now."
Why haven't you done that? That's amazing.
Thank God you didn't ask me to do that, or this would be a comedy show.
Just be Reese Darby.
It already
Be
is.
just be
You-
Reese Darby and gently send
Get
us
out of
some
those
good night.
trousers.
We just well, it was nice knowing you.
And
Wait.
By the way,
Imp has started.
we're going to do this the same way we did last time, which is just give me a grand total when you're done.
Oh God.
Oh
How many
Lord.
rupees do you have?
That's a lot of my name.
I think it might be 20 legend points to Kess again.
Jody, I loved
Oh,
that
okay.
was an idea that you had, and I kind of want to take it just so for my next
Oh,
major
I-
villain, just so I can
Look.
make it like he's very, very intimidating and go, why? Why might
something
unfortunately
something I
we had to kill you.
realized early on when I started DMing
Why?
a campaign, and don't tell my players this, they're not watching. Is all of the ideas I have for that campaign are just cobbled together bits and pieces of other like mostly D&D stuff, and then some like movies and stuff that are just blended into an original.
Isn't that what
storytelling.
all DMs do?
Can I make one small tangent? I never
No,
saw
we
Full
don't
Metal
go on
Alchemist.
tangents
You
here.
have 20 seconds.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, I've never seen Full Metal Alchemist, but apparently I've been running plots from Full Metal Alchemist for the past like 5.5 years because we just recently had a plot resolve, and they're like, "Oh man, I love that Full Metal reference." I go, "What?" And they go, dude. And then they're like, watch Full Metal. I watched the first episode was one of like my major arcs for like 3 to 6 months. I was like, these guys are over here like, man, he really must love this anime. I'm like, I didn't even know.
Bruh.
Amazing.
We love that. We love that.
I do want to eventually play a Kiwi barbarian. I just get around. So
Please do that for Kiri's campaign.
No, I have a really cool character I built for Kiri. So
See, my issue
because
is
unlike some people, Jody got me his information already.
I'm still figuring it out. I'm sorry.
When
Wait.
is this supposed to be?
Am I supposed
I
to?
don't
have
know.
no memory.
They haven't
of any
given me
of
a date.
this.
Well,
You're
I
fine.
think
I'm just
well,
giving him crap because it's
so
funny.
announcements.
You're perfect, Shax. Don't worry.
No, that's
announcements. Stuff have happened on Zelda Universe. Things that involve lots of other things.
yeah.
So that's good. As far as this, we are going to be playing for 3 hours today, compared to the normal 2 hours that we do. And provided the story ends today, which is the intention, the next episode we will be having will be a wrap-up episode. That means all of the players can ask me whatever they want about the game, and I will do my best to answer it. It also means anyone in chat, if you have burning questions about things that you've always wondered, bring them. It's going to be a giant Q&A session. We're going to have, we're hopefully going to have the whole cast here. If we can't, we can't. But after that, the show is going to go on hiatus for a little bit for me to fully finish writing campaign 2, for everyone to be able to make the new characters that they want to make. And in that hiatus period, we are going to be running a bunch of like 1 and 2 shots. We're going to be inviting as many different people as we possibly can. I've already started reaching out to people that have been watching Realms for a while. You will see a lot of new faces up here. You will see a lot of new faces in the DMs chair, because other than one shot that I already have planned, I'm not going to be running any of this.
You're sharing your chair?
Yes, if you guys would like,
It's a nice
come
chair.
to
Just sitting in
Wisconsin,
his lap.
It looks good.
and you can come to my basement.
Yay!
It's a
But-
nice chair.
Yeah, so we're gonna be putting stuff out. The goal right now is we're gonna have stuff every week on Saturday. Whether or not that happens or we stick to the 2 every other week schedule, it'll depend on availability. But look forward to all the cool stuff. And it's not all going to be like D&D or Open Legend. We have one that's already been confirmed that we're going to be doing Call of Cthulhu one shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one. I'm doing that one.
Relax. We're
I
going
want
to
to
be
be spooky.
the one campaign that or the one adventure that I'm going to be doing is going to be a Lasers and Feelings hack that I've made myself called Cuddles and Courage.
Aw.
And
I just thought of another idea for a one shot.
Elias has ideas. So yeah, we're going to try and get some other people from ZU here to the 2. I've been working very hard to try and eventually get Amanda on. Whether or not that actually works, I don't know, but I'm going to call her out, live now.
Don't worry, she's not
just
watching
to
either.
Let her play a
she
horse.
retweeted
You'll get her.
something, so she saw us on Twitter.
I'll see if I can get her for Call of Cthulhu, because playing a 1920s person with that like transatlantic dialect accent, I think
Is
she
it
can
in the
handle.
1920s? I really should read the description you sent.
Now look here, see? I need money.
1926
Greenbacks.
friends.
So everyone,
You're an investigator,
just, if you
1926
see,
Simoleons.
it's at
Ah.
Amanda Van Hale, on Twitter, and she also streams here for on the
I believe
Twitch
Amanda
channel,
will be
and she
live later
does-
tonight.
She does the Zelda
Or does she
Weekly
still stream
news
Sundays?
series.
Oh my
So,
god.
Just make sure to just pepper her with things of you guys. You're
Oh, no,
you're
yeah.
gonna be one of the one shots, Amanda, right? By the way, I've not reached out to her at all about this.
I do not
This will be
support
the
this
first time she
coercion.
was.
I'm just
she would
gonna
hear about
text
it.
her and be like, "Yo, you want to do a tabletopy thing?"
But I have
could
asked her
also-
before, and she said she's interested. So, is there anything else? Hey Peyton. Anything else? Everyone gets 10 points in one reroll. Thank you, Imp.
Oh.
So everybody gets 10 legend points and one reroll token from Imp.
I'm one away from my goal.
Oh my god.
Most of the announcements I've been saying all week have been this, so
Cool.
Quick reminder, please play Metroid Prime.
Yes.
That's the
Play
other
Metroid
one.
Prime remastered. It's great. It looks very pretty.
Pokemon plays tomorrow.
The
Pokemon.
only time I ever remember Metroid is when I'm on the stream with you guys. And then as soon as it ends, I forget it exists.
I will do a Metroid one
It
shot
only
sometime.
exists while you're
and
on this.
You've
stream.
already
That's the
done
trick.
one.
It
live
does.
footage
And by the
of
time
Chax tearing my heart out from my vegan chest and stomping
Clip
on
it.
it and spitting on it and throwing it into a ditch.
Jody,
well, every
you
time
already...
you guys talk about it on stream, I just feel so bad. It's like I feel so bad. I'm definitely going to remember. And then Realms is so cool that we end and I don't remember.
All right, I'll bring it up at the end.
All right.
So,
send me a message.
Jody, you've done a Metroid one shot. It was for a Zeuthon incentive. It was
Oh.
Realms, Butt, and Metroid World.
Oh
yeah,
god.
where Kess got her Samus armor.
Correct.
Hayden is pulling an imp.
Samus armor now, anyway.
As opposed to now, I have Iron Man.
Oh, Iron Man. That's right.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I played that on trombone.
Has she lost her mind? The answer is probably.
Yes. The answer is yes.
All right. So,
Or did she ever have it? Ooh.
I
That.
think it's time to return to the realms of the wild.
Oh, it's probably the last time I do that. Mm.
Well, we haven't decided on a title for the second campaign, so
That's fair.
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do.
And if you
I
sing
do
any
not
more, we're gonna
remember
get a
where we
copyright
are
strike.
in the order.
it has all come down to this. The Lord of Power has been revealed, the architect behind everything that has happened. When Ganon fought and killed Link, the realms fractured. And the Link from the Power Realm did everything in his power to create a situations to refuse them. And now the culmination of his plan has come. The only thing stopping his plan from succeeding is those pesky kids.
And they're little lizard too.
And I would have got away from it too. Huh?
And now we return to the final climactic battle, where Kess has used the Rod of Restoration, otherwise known as the Trifork, to pull the Triforce of Wisdom from another realm in, and it has empowered 3 of the 5 members of this team. So, I still have the initiative and everything up from last time. Quick reminder for anyone that might be new to watching us live. Channel points are called rupees here, and you can actually use them to affect the game itself. Something that the team is going to be begging for are
Great fear heals.
potions
Hero
and
tokens.
fairy heals, and kitties.
He looks
So, as
Hayden,
you
let
guys
me
are
reach my
watching,
goal.
as you guys are watching,
Ew.
if you see them taking massive amounts of damage, which they're going to, you can
lot.
mitigate that by literally just donating fairies and things like that. Peyton, by the way, I'm going to make you do the same thing that Imp did. Once you're done, just give me a grand total of what you did, because trying to count all of this when I have 7 different windows open is not fun.
I think it's everyone got 8, but I'll let him say it.
Sick.
So,
He redeemed a legend point for sick.
yeah, I saw that.
Oh, that's me.
So, Another thing I want to remind the players, because of how devastating the attacks from the Lord of Power have been shown
Just but
to
a
be,
flesh wound.
I do want to remind you guys of an action open legend that you guys haven't taken advantage of a lot. You can make a defense action where you effectively will, when the attack comes, you can roll against the attack, and if you roll higher than their attack roll, you can defend the attack. And
Wait, what?
What?
This is part of the Open Legends rules.
It's
So
Does
been
this take
3
away an action or
years.
anything from us?
He's
does
reminded
5
us-
years.
he's reminded us
For
of
some of
standard
us, and we
action,
still didn't know.
but-
Okay, so it does use our next standard action.
So basically, if you
Yeah.
do that, you won't be able to take a standard action on your next turn. But
Oh, we're doing
can-
it rules as written. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will also remind we did make a slight modification where there's an assist action you could take that would normally also take your standard action. You guys get one of those for free. So if
That's-
somebody does
that's
something
what I
and you
was
just want to help them out, you get one of those per round.
Peyton, why are you giving legend points to the bad guy?
No.
I will take them.
Peyton,
No.
you fool.
We
Oh,
had
Peyton.
this conversation last time.
See-
Everyone but Dawn.
See,
He's
we,
already OP
we established
enough.
early on that Jody couldn't get rupee legend points, and he fought back by making the bad guy a player character and going and making
He technically not a player character. He is literally he's a boss stat block. So I will say, Peyton,
Why not both?
I can't he can't use legend points because this is already massively
Turn them into fairies. What? Sorry, somebody hear that? Anybody ever hear that pigeon come through?
so
I hear bad.
Nobody hears your pigeons,
bad
Dawn.
guys.
You can still love
Oh.
Obama you as a fairy.
I'm going to
My bomb is called Fairy. Here, have a fairy.
okay, so everybody take 8 legend points from Emperor P, which is Peyton.
I'm running out
Uh,
of room.
For the first time in 5.5 years, I have organically gotten to over 100 legend points.
I'm gonna let you right
he-
know.
he
This is not an
adjusted
organic way.
Elias
This
Alex.
is
Yeah.
more organic than
Hold
Uh,
please.
Kiri being the DM.
So stop
Ilea,
talking
I
for
don't
just
know
a
how-
second. All of you stop talking for a second. Elias and Lex, you both get 4 additional legend points.
Woo! Thank you, Peyton.
Yeah.
I have a kitty in my lap.
And then Imp, when you're done, let me know because I didn't get to complete all before you
Oh,
started
okay.
doing your redemptions. So all right,
Now-
so what is it? Is
So,
it just a great fairy for everybody?
yeah. Now these apply
Okay.
immediately, right? Because we only bank them if we're at full health.
Yeah, if you are not at full health, heals happen immediately. Otherwise, if you are at full health, then you just bank it. So,
What is a great fairy heal again?
46.
It's funny if you look in chat.
So that's-
I'm aware, Arel. Do you think I remember anything I ever do?
Man,
That was Chax.
early
Jax,
Jax.
yes.
Abrel does not.
Shit, it's too early for math.
Early
I'm
morning
sorry.
Jax is snarky.
Or
I
apparently
like this.
names.
Sorry.
I'm not smart. Ah,
You're getting a master's degree.
that doesn't mean shit.
I was about to say, I know a lot of
Can
people with advanced
confirm.
degrees that could not
If
think
you
their
really
ways out of a
thought
pit.
Very
that,
fair.
Book smart is not common sense.
All right, so that being said, we ended last turn with 7 boss edge actions.
Oh yeah.
So now
Right.
we are back to the top of initiative with Pierre and his
Oh,
pair of master daggers.
Yeah, I got 2 master swords.
Go, Pierre, go.
We also have 6
Um,
Lionels on the field.
Okay.
There are 6.
I was about to ask. So the on roll 20, every
Mhm.
Lionel has a different color. It's either blue or red. Is that any significance?
Yes, it's they were summoned using the summoning boon, and so they have to be sustained as groups. So that's just the red ones were summoned first, the blue ones were summoned second. It helps me keep track of how many boons he's sustaining at the same time.
I'm gonna go stab one of them.
Okay.
My roll 20 freaking
I'm
out.
gonna stab this guy. What do I roll for this? That's my normal dagger attack? Or is it the same?
What I think what we decided before was any attack made with the daggers is has advantage 4 added to it. And if you want to do anything with your knowledge of how the Master Sword works, if you want to do anything special, we'll come up with a roll for it. But if you're just doing attacks, it would be advantage 4 blanket.
Let's do that. We'll just do standard for this one. As I go slap this fucking Lionel.
What?
With advantage
think
4?
You have a
Reroll
reroll?
that.
Re-roll
Reroll
that.
that. Fuck that. No.
You got 3 4s.
One of them under the 20. No. Absolutely the fuck not.
That's a little better.
I mean, it's double.
It's double.
It's double. I'll call it on the first one. Is it 24?
Does 24 beat your guard, Lord of Power?
No, my guard is
No, the
29.
Lionels.
Oh, for the Linnels.
yeah.
Oh, never mind. Then 24,
But now we
100%.
know.
29, you said?
29? Interesting. Okay.
Jesus Christ,
What's
y'all.
your
We might not make it through this
resistance?
now.
Emperor P, that was the universe.
I don't know.
Did I hit
Yes.
the Lionel?
We can stall for you.
Yes, you did. Let me look at specifically how much you hit it by. Yes, guard for the Linnell is 16.
Beautiful.
So
Not enough for a boon, but did I still hit it? Second
So-
attack.
as you run forward and slice into it, you can see that because you guys have fought a Lionel before. As you cut into it, you can see instead of bleeding, you can see kind of magic energy kind of leaking out of it as it
This
kind of goes
the
back.
second attack on that Lionel is a 38.
The Lionel, and which one are you attacking, by the way?
This boy right here.
As you hit him again. Peyton,
Take
you
that!
cannot heal the enemies. Healing is just for the allies.
He sure
but
is trying.
Pierre, you can take a Great Fairy heal from Peyton.
Cool. I'm gonna bank it because currently I'm at max.
Cool. So, one of the Linnells is gone. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Can I opt at this point to defend? But I just skip my next turn in initiative order, or have I taken enough actions that I can't?
So, defend is a reaction to an attack. So if
Okay.
you want to defend,
So it's a
something has to
reaction.
attack you.
Okay, so I can do it as a reaction. I just will have to skip my next turn when it gets back to me in initiative order.
You won't have a standard action on your next turn. You still have any minors you want to do, and you can still move. It uses
I just
your
can't
standard
attack.
action. Make sense?
Yes. Okay, that's all I can do.
Excellent. Did you want to move or try to get yourself out of fireball formation or the lightning bolt formation that you've just created?
Oh shit, we're in a straight line. Fuck.
This is
I
Anyone
terrible
want to
stage
type
plotting.
exclamation point Pierre in chat?
Behind the red barrier.
I'm gonna do that.
Can someone remind me what these barriers' properties are?
Impassable.
I said don't walk in it, so I think it does damage if you
think
go
Yeah,
into
damaging,
Yeah.
impassable, and imperceptible. You can't see through.
How
it.
tall is
it.
it?
Yeah, how tall is
So
it?
it's basically a solid wall that hurts you, right?
Yeah, solid wall that hurts you, and
How
it's
tall is
tall
it?
enough. I think
Impassable, mobile, and baneful. I wrote it in chat to make sure we
And
would
the
keep it.
baneful was persistent damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's tall enough to block line of sight from the Lord of Power. I didn't really define it. I think it's supposed to be like 10 or 15 feet tall, where we're going to say
Yeah.
it's tall
And
enough
you-
to block
you
line
said
of
it-
sight.
curved over.
Cool.
Too.
I'm just gonna hang here and just like vibe, and that's it. I'm tired.
Actually, I was
Ah.
reacting to tiny motor on my lap, tiny motor on my lap.
Oh,
She's purring.
You don't need
It
to know.
makes me
Oh, the
happy.
cat. Okay.
here
Nope,
you can
not
you can
that.
never move. You can never move ever.
That's okay. I get to hang out with my friends, and I got a cat on my lap. Oh, hey, it's my turn.
It is your turn.
Hey, Lord of Power, question. What are you wearing? No reason.
I don't know where Cass is going with this,
Oh,
but
what are you
Zoltan
wearing?
would like to
Somewhere
assist.
But really, who are
This
you
is
wearing?
the- Yeah, who are you
Yeah, is it
wearing?
Galliano? Is it Christian
Yeah,
Dior?
is it-
Tell me
is
everything.
it
Line
Dior
down with Karen's
Couture?
fashion line.
Remember, stand on the
Valentino
spot
White.
and then just give a little movement.
This,
Hit your
this is from the
mark.
mid. It's from the
Smile.
Midna line called Wolf. No, I'm currently wearing a sanguine red robe. I would say akin to maybe like a buttoned up sort of vest situation over what, and I'll say it's kind of like Gambison, kind of a little puffier and more resilient. Just regular pants, maybe some boots.
Cool.
Zoltan's like, I don't know where you're going with this, but I will.
Jody,
help."
second question.
Sure.
You said I basically have an Iron Man suit.
Oh, I meant to tell you this previously. Because you are focused on protection, you can use your logic score as if it was your protection score.
Cool.
Any
That's
boons that
fun.
would use protection, you can use your logic.
Oh my god.
And how far away is he right now? Roughly?
He's at the edge of this kind of balcony, which is 30 feet in the air.
Cool.
And then
cool.
obviously there's lateral distance.
Sexy.
I would like to
Use the Pythagorean
communicate to
theorem.
the group. If I'll describe this to you, and you can tell me if I can actually get away with this. I feel like
Okay.
I can logic my way through this, but then I'm gonna try and grab him. I would
Okay.
like to raise up in my Iron Man, just use my movement to go laterally,
Okay.
and I want to hook shot him.
Okay.
And I would love for Arel to assist and come down and like, because we're gonna bring him down to our level. I would like to introduce him to this lovely Triforce.
Okay.
I would like to assist
Da-da-da-da.
with encouraging and loving language.
Can I assist by just yelling, get in
I just
there?
wanted to know how grabby your clothing was, or if this might actually like pierce a little
You're
bit
gonna
through
end
you.
He
up
has a
with his
giant
hands.
hook shot mount in the center of his chest.
Yeah, exactly. Like
He has a target.
flashing. It's flashing red.
You know what? If this was an actual battle, that'd be amazing. Like if this was in game, like boom, boom. Like wait, I have to hook shot him too. All right.
I was just imagining you grabbing just the normal pants instead of like the leg in his pants as well.
Hey, yo,
I
let me
do,
get
Emperor
that, let me
P.
get
I have an
that.
Iron Man suit
Turn.
as gifted by the goddess of fucking wisdom.
Yeah.
So in order to do
Triforce
this-
Good.
done.
I'm gonna have you make a logic check.
Yeah,
However,
of course.
this is going to be a contested check.
A contested check, what does that
obviously,
mean?
It means the Lord of Power is going to roll against you.
Cool.
However, Lord of Power, I'm gonna let you choose how you want to, because you would have expected the hookshot to come into play. So I'm going to let you kind of decide how you're going to try to deflect this, and that will clarify which skill, which attribute you need to use.
So
Honestly, it's... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no,
please.
no, please go ahead.
Could I let it attach to me, but then grab it and send a bolt of lightning back towards her?
Oh shit.
I will say if you want to do that,
I'll burn one of my other actions if you want. My other.
if you want to do that, I'll say if she succeeds, she's still going to move.
Sure.
She's still going to move you, but you're also going to be able to attack her at the same time.
Perfect.
Okay, so make a logic
How many
check.
people want to assist me on this?
Can I?
I am
Even-
going to.
You can technically like hold like I don't know.
You do need
Latch
to tell
something
me
to me.
how you were assisting.
Yes.
I'm a
So-
little too far from this whole situation in terms of movement wise, so can I just be like words of encouragement and just yell, get his ass!
Yeah, go Cass.
Get him!
Make me a presence check, Lex.
If
Or,
he attacks down the hookshot line, I would like to grab it before it reaches Cass.
Okay, so you'll
I
need
have
to
so
hold
many
your
fairies.
assist out.
29!
That's
Get his ass!
Very quickly from Imp, Cass, take 5 reroll tokens.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, dear friend.
Okay, so what did you get, Pierre?
29! Get his ass!
All right, advantage 1. Anyone else helping?
Yes.
Okay, how are you helping?
I don't know. I need more time.
We talked about possibly if I get a hold of him, you would basically kind of land on him in order to like really like help shove him down because you're up above.
Yes.
Or whatever you want to do from above to like be like, get down there, motherfucker. With
Would
the
that work?
plebeians.
Would that work, Strange
You're a
Lady?
little bit too far to physically interact. But
Okay.
as we discussed after last week's episode, you do have some
free action.
influence.
I do.
So if you want to use some of your influence to try and cloud his mind, make it more difficult for him
Distract
to avoid
him.
it, I would say that would work.
Okay. Sure.
Help by flirting.
I
Shouts up
didn't
from
even think of
above.
that, but
No.
yes.
He wants to know my
got a really
clothes.
cute butt.
Like,
Aurel's talking
ideal
about flirting with
person.
me. What's going on with this episode?
Aurel's more concerned about
Everyone
what's
is
under
trying
the
to convince
clothes.
you you're handsome.
Time out. Have you not seen any of our previous episodes?
No. I know. I just think it's very
Exactly.
funny for my situation at least.
Look,
So,
it doesn't matter who it
Word
is,
of power,
Dawn.
you've got a cute butt.
That craft looks sexy.
If we
on
just
you.
overwhelm and fluster
I'm
the
still-
big bad.
Arouse,
exactly
make
what's
me
gonna
an
happen.
influence check.
I'm
Alright.
still
Not
sitting
even
here
close
just
to
dying from, it's from the Midnight Line, it's called Wolf.
Yeah.
19.
Wait, so Jody, I wasn't
got a
able to hear
what
you. Do I get to make an interception
That's
if
all
he
right, like-
attacks?
Yes,
Okay.
but you have to wait until he actually attacks to do
Yeah,
it.
just there was a lot going on, so I wasn't
Yeah.
able to hear
No,
that
that's
clearly.
Absolutely. Okay, so 19 is not going to be high enough if you
Yep.
decide to keep that. So
That's very Aurel like.
okay, so Aruna, did you want to try to assist in this or
I'm
no?
gonna hold off for now.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So
I'm gonna make
you
a.
have advantage 1 in addition to any other advantage you want to do for this roll.
Oh, what is this? 10. Oh, that's weird. Okay,
And
I'm
then
just
Lord-
gonna.
Lord of Power, we're going to need you to make an energy check.
Sure. That's just the
Does count as an attack, so you would get your boss edge advantage to it.
yeah, just click on the energy, correct?
Or if you just want to roll any of your attacks, because they're all the same calculation, they just have
Okay.
different names, but that'll automatically put the advantage in for you.
Perfect. All right. I'll pick lightning because lightning.
Cool. All right. So, grabbing the thing, moving up. Let's see if the.
I would like to redirect some of the damage.
So,
That's a
does
straight roll.
54 work when he rolls 63, or do I need to re-roll?
So, because he's not trying to stop your attack, he is literally making an attack against you as you are attacking. So 54 just has to beat his guard,
Okay.
which does.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
So
it's
what
too
happens?
over.
You guys watch as Kess starts to kind of rise up into the air. You guys see these little jets up here, and you watch her just go. And she
Kestrel and the
points
Jets.
her arm-mounted hook shot and fires. And Kess, as you shoot it, you kind of have this little smirk. And you're like, he's not going to be expecting this. And as it gets closer and it hits him in the chest, you see him just grin for the briefest second. And as soon as it hits, he grabs it, and you watch as lightning starts arcing towards it. And you realize you are about to be hit full blast with his lightning powers. As that is happening,
It's already happened once before. I'm fine.
Zulta, if you want to defend against this,
Yes.
Babe, it's fine. I've got like so many fairies at this point.
you're going to need to be able to beat a 63.
That's a great question. What am I rolling?
How are you going to stop it?
I think. Oh, I was looking at my Jerry Construct character sheet. Hold on.
Where is Jerry?
Shush.
Please hold.
Lord of Power doesn't need to know. I think that what I want to do as someone with lightning powers is call the lightning to me.
Okay. So that.
So
would
can
be-
I use lightning?
No.
Yeah, that would be an energy check.
Okay.
Reroute it. Just reroute it.
Ooh, do an
Um,
Iroh.
Yes, I would like to use the water bending technique to redirect lightning.
Do you mean
This is now
fire
Avatar.
benders?
I have that book behind me. I can pull it out and make it happen. Let's see. For lightning, we'll make that the black D20.
Like I said, the number you're aiming for is a 63.
Okay.
Go,
Well.
Aaliyah, go, go.
Okay. Just less. Okay. And then I need
The
these.
fun part about the 63 that Don rolled is that there's a caption under it that says 7 additional attribute dice rolled.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud that I don't have those extra 7 and I
You
still
got
got pretty darn
53.
close.
That great
Yeah.
fairy that I got, I exploded twice on. I was very, very pleasantly surprised.
We're adding advantage if this doesn't work out.
So as this is happening, Kess, you see the massive amount of lightning energy coming towards you, and you start to kind of doubt yourself for a moment, wondering if, well, what happens if he completely fries my suit? And then you watch as your fishwife leaps up and grabs the chain, and you watch as the lightning goes into her hand,
Fishwife,
into
no.
her body, and you watch lightning course all throughout her body. As you can see, she's trying to kind of control and aim this massive amount of energy.
With her right arm.
I think it'd be hilarious if Zulta is the one that doesn't survive this, because then we will never find out about her backstory.
Uh-huh.
See, that's where you're wrong,
not a
because then
good
Kess will
president.
go on a journey of aggressive learning to be like, I cannot love you in this life, so I shall love you through history. That was a lot
Isn't-
sweeter sounding than I intended it to be.
Expecting it to get dark, but then it ended up being very, very light.
Very wholesome.
So, do I have to actually beat it, or can I just redirect some of the damage?
So if you beat the check, you succeed in what you were trying to do. If you fail, again, the most important rule of Open Legends is every roll matters. So if you don't succeed, you might succeed with
Try
with a catch, or you might fail, but it moves the story forward. Those are the 3 things that can happen in Open Legend. So if you don't succeed, then you only have succeed with a twist, or fail but move the story forward. And I get to choose how that works. So,
I used a couple of rerolls and I got a 20.
ooh.
Like total or on the D20?
No, on the D20.
I was like,
Natural 20.
you need
Rosie-
you need at
Wanted to
least
clarify
like
that.
You need at least
3
2
20s
of
plus
those.
some.
Those of you wondering why,
Ah.
I mean, crits are nice, but in Open Legend, all dice explode. So if you roll a 20 on your D20, you get to keep that 20 and then roll the D20 again. To add them
Yep.
together.
I'm now imagining a high stakes open legend game where you roll physical dice and they actually explode if you land on the highest number.
Look, if they did that in Vegas, I'd have interest in gambling.
Yeah, that sounds like something from
Hey.
another property franchise, which would be kind of cool. But then you have to
Right?
keep buying
Like,
new
just
packs.
like you sit
right? You have
down
to
at
keep-
a thing and
Right, you have to keep
dice
buying
actually
packs of
explode.
dice. You're like, all right, give me 48. I'm going to be here for a while.
So this
I love it.
took
Love it.
a ridiculous amount of things.
Instead of chips, you've just got dice. They explode, but they explode into like more
Zolta
valuable ones.
showcasing
Like, yeah.
why I will be rolling digitally when I use my 100 at once.
I used 7 advantage and 2 rerolls, but I got 6. Yeah, I got 62.
62.
Wow.
So it's just there.
So, as Zulta comes up and takes it, you feel the lightning start kind of coursing through your body. Because you have an inborn ability to kind of generate your own lightning, your thought in this was like, oh, this is just going to be more. As the lightning goes through you, you suddenly realize that this is not pure lightning. It has the taint of malice going through it.
Taint.
Damn it, Curie, as soon as I said it,
You should have thought of that before you
One of my
even said
favorite
it.
video game franchises learned that the hard way. Just don't use the word.
Dragon Age?
Does
Yeah.
anyone notice when it's early enough? Aurella's not the one making these
Yeah.
comments. Everyone else is.
When it's early enough,
Oh,
everyone's
baby.
a rel.
So you can feel
I've
the
had all of
corruption
this,
of
so-
malice in that, and you realize that you are not going to be able to redirect this the way that you thought you could.
Cool. I want to take as much of it into damage myself so that it doesn't damage Kess as much.
Okay. I'm going to give you a choice.
That's always a bad thing.
If you take the damage in yourself, we are going to count this as a possible fatal blow. Basically, if you have 0 hit points and you are hit, it can actually be what's called a finishing blow, which can kill your character. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. If you decide to try and just absorb as much of the energy as you can, there's a chance your character is going to die. If you want to go with the redirection aspect of it, someone else is going to take some of the damage. Yes, Kess.
So, I know this is technically kind of still in the middle of Kess's turn, but I also have Bool.
Mhm.
Can Bool also diffuse that somehow? Because he's attached to my suit.
His turn is next.
I was going to say it's his turn next.
Yeah. I'm not sure if
Question,
technically mine is
does
finished
Bool
since we're
get a
still in the middle of
defender?
pulling him
I will,
towards
I
me.
will
but-
say it'll entirely be based on what Ilea decides.
Okay.
But if she decides to try to absorb it, I will say Bool will will give her advantage or something on the death check effectively. I have to really quick-
Question.
Yes.
In a hypothetical where this might be a killing blow, but the person has 2 great fairy heals, how would that all shake out?
There is not a resurrection ability, to my knowledge, in Open Legend. There's a difference between being brought to 0 hit points and your character actually dying. So if your character dies, your great fairy heals just go away. They can't bring you back. That's why this is a very big. This decision will have wit.
And I mean, they have great fairy heals. Ooh, never mind.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes.
She's very
Thank you, Jody, also for correcting in chat that we understand the only reason that Iroh is the one who is able to redirect lightning is because he was the only one who was willing to actually borrow from other benders, which is also why he's able to keep himself warm in an icebox and teaches that to Zuko. So when he's in the icebox, he still is able to use fire because he manipulates his breath using an airbender technique.
Sound of
Anyways,
being a
I'm
star.
going to redirect lightning.
So you're going to redirect it? Okay. So that being said,
I think I'm going to try
Ilea,
to aim
Ilea,
it at the
Ilea.
wall.
For you, I'll do this.
With
Where did you get
So-
those glasses?
that being said,
His eye doctor.
I am going
Walmart?
to. We will start with Kess since this is the first person he was targeting at. Kess, choose even or odd.
I'm an oddball.
The lightning does not arc towards you. Aruna, choose even or odd.
Even.
He likes to get even.
The lightning arcs directly at Aruna.
You know what? Aruna didn't help Kess with this, so that's fair.
Wow.
I love the Zolta logic of like, well,
Lord of Power, what are your attribute dice for energy? Like, what do you add to the d20?
Sure. It's really, really, really high. It's 48.
8, okay. Aruna, you take 14 points of lightning damage as it courses as Zulta redirects the lightning that is going directly at Kess and directs it directly at you.
Just like to go, sorry, Aruna.
That being said, as that happens, Lord of Powers, you kind of grab it. You were expecting the chain to kind of go limp, but as you watch it kind of redirect, you realize, oh shit, you're about to move.
Boom.
You are pulled down to right next to Kess. Which, Kess, the additional weight of another person does bring you back to the ground.
oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. So he's on the other side of the wall now, yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
You technically still have a little bit of movement left.
Brilliant.
And any minor actions you want to do.
Sorry, I have to refresh because it wasn't showing me the movement of where. Hey. I would like for. Can I ask for an assist on a minor thing?
I mean, sure. What do you need?
I would like, because Aruna's standing right there, and he's also standing right by the Triforce.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for him to put a hand on the Triforce and a hand on the Lord of Power, and I'm also going to do just this to the Lord of Power.
Okay. I would say
And
that would be more of a standard action than a minor action.
Is it just putting my hands there?
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
interacting with something else. Minor actions are much more minor. Things like sustaining a boon.
Can Bool use his?
On his turn,
Okay.
which is next, but you
Which
have
is,
to end yours first.
Where, how much more can I move?
Let's say you only used about let's say you used 15 feet of movement to go up and then dropped, so that didn't use your movement, so you have half your movement left.
Can I walk around him without
Sure.
getting an attack of opportunity?
Sure.
So if
I've
I
been
go
treating
like
them like 5th edition attack
here?
opportunities. You have to actually leave the aggressive range.
so if I
So
go
yeah, you
here,
can do that.
cool. That's where I am now. I'm
Okay.
ready to go to Bool.
Bool turns to you. Kestrel, what are your orders?
Bool, engage perspective.
Activate perspective protocol.
And because he can't directly interact with it, I
Yeah.
would like to assist him.
Oh my god.
You're getting a little bit murky here with stuff.
You're allowed to tell
Uh,
me no.
I'm trying to think because I don't want to.
He's trying to justify telling you
really
no.
Because
trying to
it's
yes
such a
and a
simple
no.
action. I don't even want to I just want to be like, hey.
But also, Jody, he rolled 7 additional attribute die.
Oh yeah, boss.
Just saying.
Boss Edge gives you advantage.
Hurts.
He has advantage
What-
7 on any attack rolls. He
I
makes.
mean, you can
I know, but Murky versus
you can
Pink-
make I can roll it for Bool to make that logic if you'd like.
What is the intent? Like, what do you want to happen if you succeed?
I kind of want to basically do a data download of wisdom.
I'm gonna say that's probably going to be a little bit beyond what Bool can do, just because again he
Okay.
can't actually access that. However, if you wanted to use Bool to effectively prime the Lord of Power to be more
What does
ready
that
for
mean?
that to happen. Basically, make it so it's easier for other people to affect him. Does that make sense?
No.
Like basically,
Like, I don't
giving
know how
everyone
Bull's gonna do
advantage?
that. That just grabbing an object and touching someone seemed way more simple than that to me. I'm not gonna lie.
basically, he's going to transfer some of the energy, the influence of it, but he can't actually make the Lord of Power like get perspective. So effectively,
What if I don't
by
consent
getting
to perspective? Huh?
Yeah, by getting the conduit ready, it'll make it easier for anyone else to.
Welcome to therapy.
This is getting very Arc of Truth.
It'll make
Cass
it
has
easier
been
for
trying to
anyone
get
else do it.
Zoltan therapy. This is just a first round.
Man,
Mm.
effectively, I will give anyone advantage 4 on any checks to try and use the Triforce of Wisdom to influence the Lord of Power. If he makes this check, is that a little bit easier to understand?
Sure.
You said I can't.
Why
I can't
are you
justify.
loving on my microphone, baby?
The cat wants to start a podcast.
Catcast.
Podcat.
Baby.
The cat
Stop.
from outer space.
Okay, sure. What am I rolling for that?
Still a logic check.
Sorry.
Baby. My goodness.
This cat is on one.
She's like, you're talking into this. This gets all your attention. So if I give it love,
Mm-hmm.
my goodness. My goodness. Little bean. Little bee bean. Anyway. All right. I'm
VO
going
auditions.
to use some logic, but I also am going to steal some of Kestrel's legend points to do this. Let's go with. Yeah. Let's go with 8. That sounds fun. If I don't like it, I've got to reroll. Does 40 work?
So, Lord of Power, as you are sitting there and you're kind of getting annoyed about the fact that you are no longer in your nice perch, you look around and you watch as Kess, now in her battle armor, kind of rolls around. She puts her hand on the Triforce of Wisdom and says, "Bool, now!" And you watch this kind of little, kind of circular, almost like camera on her shoulder, kind of pop up, sprout legs, and one of those goes and literally kind of hits you in the chest where the hook shot hits you. And you watch as these little kind of probes start attaching themselves all over your chest. And then you watch as another one of the legs goes and connects directly with the Triforce of Wisdom. And you can feel some of the Triforce of Wisdom. It's starting to kind of bring up memories of Ganon using it to kind of power his technology when he attacked you, and you're starting to get a really bad feeling about this, very akin to the first time you fought Ganon. Anything else Boo wants to do with his turn?
That was my major action, right?
Yep.
Also, according to these readings, you need less sodium in your diet. Thank you, Em.
And more fiber.
No, I think I'm good for now.
Slight vitamin D deficiency.
Maybe a little bit more lactic acid. You've been moving around a lot. Your muscles need to heal.
Here, eat a banana.
Boop, boop, banana.
So anything else for Bull?
Good claim.
Yes. Anything else for Bull?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Moving on to Zulta.
Okay,
Oh, wait. Wait, I'm sorry. I just realized something.
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. Zolta was going to ask Kess what to do, so.
What enables a Bane?
Hanover.
Yeah, you weren't rolling against a defense in this, so
Okay.
you don't get an auto bane.
Okay, I was curious. I was like, can I do like basically the version of what this would be as persistent damage? But if it wasn't against a guard, then never mind. Okay, ignore me. Persistent emotional damage. Emotional damage.
What emotional damage did I just
Oh,
miss?
God.
Sorry, I was in the bathroom.
None yet.
We're at
Okay,
the
good.
start of Brayax's therapy session. It's fine.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So I'm thinking Zolta either attacks some Lionels or reaches out and touches someone.
Oh,
We're
wait.
not listening to what
Sorry.
Shax wants.
Not Shax, it's Arel.
Yeah,
Touching
well,
you, touching me,
Sweet
sweet Lord of
Zulta.
Power. Da, 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 da.
okay, but
One
Kiri,
brain cell.
would Kess happen to be like, hey, Zolta?
Oh,
Do this.
absolutely. We've got those little things right now.
Yeah, you guys
Great.
all have comms now.
So
So
it,
do
it
you
would have
want
been a like
Zolta to like reach out
connect.
and
We're like connect him to like get everybody on this. We are literally gonna hardwire him through all of us to the Lord of Frickin' Power.
great. I come closer and reach out to I guess Kess and to the Lord of Power to help create more of this connection.
Wait, I'm sorry. What are we doing?
We are doing therapy.
Okay, but explain that more.
We are basically all gonna try to be a conduit from the Triforce to him.
Just
This is the
power of
Just
friendship.
trying to
Ever.
leverage the Triforce of Wisdom to get the Lord of Power to question his motives and course of action to the point of inaction.
Because literally it's all about the actual order of the world, and he seems very convinced that he knows what the order of the world is. So I'm going to introduce him directly to Feor. Like, you sure about that?
Yep.
Yeah. So Zolta's turn. Also,
I
do we
believe
want the
Nehru is
barrier
goddess of
moved
wisdom.
anywhere?
Pharaoh is courage.
If I do the reach out, can I then also move the barrier?
I believe wasn't moving the barrier a minor action.
I think so.
I think so.
So yeah, minor actions. You can take as many minor actions as you want. You can only take one. You can only do the same minor action once. So if one of your minor actions is picking up an item and another one is moving the barriers, that's fine. But you can't pick up two different items with minor actions. You can only do one kind of a minor action.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I want to move this barrier.
Okay.
Let's see. There you go.
I would
Can
say
I
where you guys
rotate
are
it?
now, he's right next to you. It's going to be real hard to.
Oh,
find a
I'm
way
not trying to get
next to
him.
you. Okay.
I want to block off the Lionels. A number of them.
Cool. So
Um,
you can move it and twist it however you want on the map.
Okay.
While you're doing
Where
that, Cass,
is my ability to twist?
Sorry, I just realized Bull wasn't rolling against guard, but Kess initially was,
Cass
and
did
that
get
was
10
definitely
over
10
against
over.
his guard with the hook shot.
which was 54.
ooh, you are 100% right. Yes. So if you wanted to,
I would like him to be. I want to use my incapacitation boon, or bane.
okay. I have a special way that we're going to deal with that because incapacitation can break things real fast.
Okay.
But currently, the Lord of Power is incapacitated.
I moved my
Full-blown
barrier.
Thanos with Mantis on his head.
I moved my barrier
Oh.
and I'm hitting a Lionel with it now.
Ooh, okay.
So it gets
Wait.
persistent damage.
Important question. How does it move? Does it
I
go?
make a
do
point
I-
not to
Well,
hit
because
Pierre.
it's
Thank you.
impassable, it's like clipped into a wall basically, so it's just like stuck running in place, you know.
You can see like
Look,
part of
as
the hand
long
coming
as you don't
through.
hit me in the crossfire, I'm okay with this.
No,
Like a
what I've
fighting
done is
puzzle.
I've done persistent damage to one and I've reduced the ways that the other two down here can get to us. So I've created a kind of
Yeah, a
tunnel
couple of choke points.
effect there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely works.
So-
You guys watch as Zulta runs forward. You see one hand, she just kind of points towards the barrier, and you watch it kind of lift up and pivot and goes and collides with the Linnells, who kind of gets knocked back. You still have your action and movement. She's gonna be a podcast star. I'm saying it right now.
Do
What
I
is
have
it?
to wait till the Lionel's
Dynamic
turn
Tiffy?
for it to get
Dynamic
persistent
Tiffy?
damage?
Yeah, persistent damage happens at the beginning of their turn.
Okay,
so.
cool. Well, I moved as far as I'm going to move.
Okay.
And I'm now. I think I might force Aruna into the group hug. And so I'm touching the Lord of Power, and I'm like, Aruna, reach out and touch Kess, so I can make this like another conduit through.
Runa, how do you feel about
Rel
group
is
hugs?
so jealous.
Arel, get down here.
I'm trying.
So
not my
I'm gonna
turn
have
yet.
you make me a presence roll.
Let me try to understand this right. I am putting my hand on Kess's shoulder.
Yeah.
She's touching the Triforce,
Yep.
Yep.
and
So is Boole.
and
So
we're- and
it's
that's-
kind of like a group effort. You know that part in Avatar at the very end where Aang is like, "Yo."
My question is if I
Kind of
do
that.
this, is it doing anything now, or will it do something later?
It'll do well. If you want to basically use your help action this turn, you'll give Zulta advantage on her check. Otherwise, it'll do something on your turn. So you can choose if you want to use something to happen now. It uses your help
Because
action.
it kind of goes against what I was gonna do on my turn, which I think will end up being better than this.
Okay. Then don't. It's your character.
So I will still hold my assist for Arel just in case.
Then can
And
I?
now, so I'll in game I'll just was like, don't worry, I got a plan, and he starts to move.
Okay, but as part of the RP, can Aruna like move out of the way when Zolta's hand goes, so that it connects through
I start to
anyways
move,
to
yeah.
Kess?
Because I'm
So-
gonna
It seems
move as
like an
part of my-
unconscious
part of my
movement.
action, so I start to move.
Zulta comes over and goes, Aruna! And she kind of reaches, and Aruna's like, no, because you've seen what those hands do. And so we just kind of poop. And
Has he now?
oh shit.
Damn it, Jax!
Yeah.
This was you
Anyway,
walking
so
right into that.
connecting with
I'm
Kess
awake.
and connecting with the Lord of Power.
Take your legend point.
Yes. Much obliged.
I'm basically trying to create another word conduit through which
Okay, yeah.
the Triforce energy can connect.
Excellent. So, like I said, presence check.
Oh my gosh, will this
Let's see.
By the way, Mentat
That's
Muse.
fine.
By the way, huge Dune fan. Love your name. But I'm pretty sure Ganondorf has danced before. Like I've seen gifs of Ganondorf dancing.
Yeah. Like, if you've just seen Ganondorf dancing, congratulations.
We're
He's a good dancer.
happy
Some
for
people
you,
are very good with Blender.
but
Huh.
he's been cutting rug for a while now.
Buddy.
He's good. He puts my BFA to shame, honestly.
Wait, so does he work in houses now?
Is a 33 good enough?
Does a 33 beat your resolve, Lord of Power?
It does.
Woo!
Would you mind mentioning
hope
what that
so.
resolve score is?
I'm not making that mistake again.
Is it how
Okay,
far
but-
above 10 over
Okay,
is it?
okay, but what if, Dawn? Consider
No, it's
the
fine.
following.
It's fine. We know it's under 33. Or at
That's all we
33.
need to know.
No,
It's
no,
not.
Everyone
It's not
makes
10. It's not
notes.
10 over. It's not 10 over.
Y'all, the
Okay,
amount
so we
of
know it's
people
not
who take-
23.
The amount of people who are taking notes, I feel like Cass would be so proud.
So, Zulta, as you go forward, you go, Aruna, help me, and Aruna just like, I've got a plan, and you go straight past, and you touch the Triforce of Wisdom.
No.
You are instantly flooded with this feeling that the first thing it makes you think of is like, this must be what it feels like to be Kess all the time.
I'm so smart.
1 plus 1 is 2.
Okay,
What?
that's really also fun because I
Whoa,
did just
whoa.
Prove it.
Hey God,
so for
can I
hold on
suggest something?
really quick for the 1 plus 1 equals 2 because I literally just wrote 23 is less is greater than X, which is less than or equal to 33 for Dawn's resolve.
It's the exact equation that rushes
What
through
the
her
fuck
mind.
did you just say, Ilea?
I said that Dawn's resolve
Math.
is somewhere above 23 and either equal to or below 33.
I think it's below.
It's too early for me to do math.
Otherwise, Dawn would have said it equals my resolve and would have asked about it.
I mean,
Ah!
he can be sneaky. It's not as
Yuri.
early for him.
You
Yes.
have something you'd like to say?
I have a.
Um,
I
when
don't know.
Salta connects to the Triforce of Power, can her first realization be, "Oh my God, he wasn't a waiter"? Or Triforce of Wisdom.
If you allow this, Zolta's not saying a word.
She doesn't need to let us know that she
Amazing.
comes to this epiphany as long as she has
No,
it.
she doesn't have to. But I love the idea of like
Will
the
it
first
change her
thing
behavior?
The Triforce
No.
of Wisdom shows you
in the
is
middle of a fight of the Lord of
wasn't a
Power.
waiter.
Oh, he wasn't a waiter.
I took
Irrelevant.
him a lot of money for not being a waiter.
And I'm pretty sure that was the same day we met Break.
Everyone take a legend point, because that was amazing.
Yay! I
my
love that
God.
the
Real.
waiter legend lives on.
Brayak,
So-
you met my uncle.
Wait, what if in
That I
campaign
did.
2 we go back
That
to
I did.
Kakariko and he's a waiter, but like of awaiting a waiter academy?
After
I
we
helped him
finally
find his
convinced-
calling.
He was
It's
really
like
good
the
at his
menu,
job,
but you
guys.
teach waiters.
I'm just getting this flashback to the South Park episode about the fish sticks joke, and the end Kanye just accepts that. Anyway, so Zulta, as you
Accepts it, I
touch the
get
Triforce of Wisdom, and then you place your other hand on the Lord of Power, you can feel kind of the wisdom flowing through you, and you start to realize things that you hadn't before. You realize that there is a distinct possibility that he wasn't a waiter. Whether or not you choose to accept that information or file it away somewhere else is entirely up to you. But the
Zolta's like, well,
possibility
either way, he
exists
got
now.
paid.
Yeah. While this is happening, Lord of Power, you again, and this time, because it's not a machine doing it, this is an actual human, or not human, a Zora, but a humanoid being with a willpower that can influence the Triforce. You start feeling wisdom flowing through you, but what you expected it to be, because every time you've seen wisdom wielded thus far has been by Ganon's forces, and it is always this incredibly negative thing, you know, the mad scientist thing, the idea of knowledge is power, and any knowledge that you use should be used in an aggressive manner. As you get kind of flooded with this wisdom, the first thing that you notice is just kind of the lack of malice in the wisdom itself. The fact that this knowledge that is being kind of poured into and that's kind of expanding your mind is not pointing you towards any sort of min-maxing, to use the correct term. It's not pointing you towards how you can make your Triforce of Power more useful. It's not telling you how you can inflict more damage or how to create weapons that will kill more people. This is literally just opening your mind to possibilities you hadn't seen before.
Yeah, it's
And they
enlightening,
seem-
not threatening. Yeah.
Yeah, and it seems relatively benevolent. And to your understanding of the Triforce of Wisdom, that's not possible. Every time you've seen the Triforce of Wisdom used, it has been used with malice. And this is the first time you've ever seen the Triforce of Wisdom used in a benevolent manner. That being said, that is the end of Zulta's turn, unless you have something else you want to do.
Nope. That's it.
We go to Arel.
Okay, before we
There's a
start,
group hug happening down there, and she's not.
hold on.
happy
No,
about
no,
it.
no. Hold on.
Hold
Hold
on.
on. Before we start, from the beginning or from the end of last session all the
I
way
see
to
that.
now, there's been something really cool that I've wanted to do. So cool that
Okay.
I wrote a freaking script for it, and you
Okay.
guys just burned it.
That sounds like the wrap up episode is going to have some interesting stuff.
Christ.
Kes
Damn!
bringing him to the Triforce ruined all the plans I had.
First,
You
Yeah,
made a
first bring it-
Shakespearean monologue.
I did. first bringing him down to the floor. Okay, now he's out of my reach. Great. And now that you've changed his feeling of the Trifork to being more benevolent, there goes the second idea.
Jax, please
I am
save these
like,
monologues so you can read them when we do the wrap up because I want to fucking hear them.
I am so sorry.
It's okay. Well, the changing of it wasn't you, it was Zolta, so.
I made it very clear from the start that Zolta is going to do whatever Kess needs.
I know, but
So-
Zolta normally has really terrifying energy, so I was still going to play off of that.
Yeah, the Lord of Power nullifies the entropy.
All right. So, that being said,
So ultimately, it's
So really
Jody's
quickly-
fault.
Don, you had this is something.
It's always jokes.
Yeah, it was. I did persistent damage bane at the end of last session on Rel
Okay.
because they were
So-
isolated. So
So yeah, that'll be beginning of your turn. So if you want to roll that damage now, you can go ahead and do that. So Rel, as you get ready, you feel the energy from the persistent damage bane just kind of racking you, and you can feel the pain kind of coursing through your body. If you roll in Roll20, if you type /roll space the dice and then put 2 exclamation points at the end of the dice, it
It'll
will
be
auto
really
explode
loud
them for you.
rolls. Nice.
all right, there we go.
Oh, one
10.
exploded.
All right, cool. So you take 10 points of damage, Arel, at the beginning of your turn.
okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's the right one. Perfect. Okay. So, it's so cool, you guys. Okay. So, what I'm going to have Aurel do is, with Shadow Aurel, after she takes that damage, is I'm going to have her shadow. So, that's not movement. I'm going to have her shadow step down here.
Okay.
Hold on. Is that the right? Yeah, because I can still touch Cass. It's the important part. touching
I have a
Cass.
shadow.
You don't need a shadow.
Oh. Oh.
Kess looking over at Aurel, you can use my shadow anytime.
Oh, yes.
And another ship joins the fleet.
What do
It's
you mean
been there.
another?
shadow?
That's
It was
been there
always
for
there.
a long time.
Kessa's shadow now joins the
She's got a whole flotilla. It's a whole thing.
That's
Extra
literally
points for
at this
using the
point
word
it's an
flotilla.
armada.
All right. So I am going to move Aurel down next to Cass and everyone.
Mhm.
Move Shadow Aurel, excuse me. And I'm going to make this bigger so I can actually see. And then I'm going to start by using Dark Whispers.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll that before I tell you everything that's going to happen.
All right.
Because again,
So what Bane or Boon is Direct Whispers again?
it's demoralization.
Cool. Awesome.
Oh, that was part of the
Look
telling.
what you did. No.
that was part of the telling. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. That's fine. I'm used
just-
to everything not working
I'm
or
sorry.
being
I
ruined
need
today.
mechanics wise. I need to know how it works. But
No, I know. No, I'm kidding. And that's why I wanted to roll first, but
Okay,
I would have
go
told
for
you
it.
anyway. All right, so I am going to use 7 legend points on this because I really want this to work. So that brings me
oh,
down.
the legend points.
That brings me down to that.
Aurel is so good with shadow puppets. She doesn't need things to cast the shadows. She just makes shadow puppets of shadows.
I do. All right, so 66.
Is that our new highest roll?
No, I think Kes got 67 last time, right?
Okay,
68.
so
68.
68. Okay, so
16.
still
Jeez.
2 under our highest roll.
Okay, so,
So
this
it's
is
happening
against
with this.
resolve.
Okay, I will guarantee you that's higher than his
I
resolve.
figured. Okay.
That face just.
So what's going to happen is suddenly the area that the Lord of Power sees empties. Hold on, this one's a 20-foot range. So basically everyone that he can see around him that's not the 2 Linnell or 3 Linnells that are outside of that 20 feet, everything clears. All of the noise, perfect timing, all of the noise stops. You get this sense of just a very warm, almost floral like wind that's just barely, or coming across your skin, that's just barely brushing you. And from where the Trifork of from where the Trifork of Wisdom is, you can kind of see, just sort of out of the corner of your eye, this fluttering of white. And I need my script back. Hold on.
That's why
She
you
does
I
get
mean,
to use it.
information-
Yes.
Yeah.
I get to use part of it. Okay, hold on. Is that
I
the
love
right
it when
one?
my
No, it's
friends
the
are
other one.
talented.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Thank you, Imp.
Line.
Exactly. All right. I wanted to be sure I was doing it in the right order because there was like 20 things she could have said.
Holy shit.
I love how much
Exactly.
theater geeks we are.
Are you
Alright.
surprised?
No, I just love it.
So
Cool.
you catch this in your peripheral, you catch this little fluttering of white, and as you sort of, your eyes shift towards to where it is, you see this woman in all white, and it is the only thing you see in your area. And she sort of leans towards you, looking very saddened, and goes, "Link." Hold on, I lost my line. Hold on. Oh, there it is. There's so much text here. Oh, there we are. She looks at you heartbroken. Is this what my sacrifice amounts to? All that we've done. All that we've lost. This. And with that, you are demoralized.
Patricia Somerset, is that you?
So because I'm a multi-bane specialist, you now are affected by mind games like what we experience in the Shadow Realm, which is the phantasm as well as the demoralization.
So mechanically.
So anything within a 20-foot radius of him, I affect all of his senses.
Okay,
And then he gets a disadvantage 3 on all rolls.
cool.
Can we just give Shax a legend point for that,
That was very cool. You
amazing
can take a legend
moment?
point for that.
Thank
I
you.
got a
Definitely.
little like
Can
that
we
little, like-
get some like applause in chat for that? Like that was incredible.
Some snaps.
Oh,
you know what? Beautiful and worth it. And I'm so sorry that I messed up the beginning of it.
No,
okay,
it's
but
fine.
we still got
It's fine.
Shax
right
sounding like Princess Zelda, and it was spot on. Yeah, I'm just gonna give. I know I'm
So,
not allowed to do
If
this. but I
Aruna
don't
had
care.
heard any of that, he would have assisted by shedding a tear.
As everything kind of comes back, the final battle music kicks in again.
For everyone else but him.
both Lex and Don have decided to give Arel or Chax legend points.
Yay!
Unfortunately, I don't let my players redeem during the thing, but
It's the
Too bad.
last episode.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
I mean, if we're going by that logic, I have several K worth of stuff to dump.
I have
So-
33,000. Get wrecked.
so you
I'm just under you.
Okay, good for you.
So you succeeded in that. That was your action, your major action. Is there anything else you want to do? And you used your move to teleport using your
I
shadow.
used my
step.
move. Yep. And then
You want to like snuggle up to Cass as a minor?
yeah, I was about to say I'm going to
I don't
I'm
like the
gonna
way you
go
said
over.
that.
and sort of she's not even going to like have any sort of other intention except to put her hand on her shoulder.
Okay.
Aw, that's a nice moment we just had.
So Cass, as you're sitting there, one of the more interesting things about this armor is just how cut off you are from everything. Like the armor is a second skin, so you don't feel kind of the strange coldness of the air around you. You're kind of comforted. But as you feel just a slight weight on your shoulder, you feel this little bit of warmth bleed through the armor itself and into your shoulder and into your chest. That being said, Aruna, you are the last bastion before the Lord of Power gets to do
All right.
stuff.
So the Triforce power up of my bombs, you said, lets me apply any applicable 3 Banes in addition to
Yep.
Damage done. And
Yubbers.
that doesn't have to be 10 over for them to apply, right?
Effectively, it allows you to use 3 different bombs at the same time. So
Right.
the way I originally planned it is damage could be one of the effects, and then you could add 2 Banes on top of that, or 3 Banes.
Oh, or 3 Banes. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So if I were to damage and it was 10 over, would that be a damage plus 3 Banes at that point?
Yes.
Okay. Secondly, I don't think this applies to this situation anymore, but just in case, I'll still ask. Do they have to be Banes or can they be boons?
If you can do it with a bomb, I will let you do it.
Right. Okay. I will also say that if I attack with my Blast Basher, the ability of the Blast Basher is that it can inflict a Might Bane as well. So
Sure.
that brings those into play if I were to use that in a melee form, which I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So
I love just how analytical Elias gets with this stuff, because we talked about this last night and he's like, I am planning. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do with us.
it's a little bit different because my plan was him to still be on the platform, but since he's here, I'm gonna go ahead and move.
Here he's just breaking everybody's plans.
Well, I think this will end up being better if Curie was right.
Technically, it's not just my theory. I got like the sense from the Thing of Wisdom.
So
A goddess told her what to do.
A goddess was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "I got you, girl."
So as he kind of moved out of the way,
I
as
got you,
Zolta
boo.
kind of reached for him, he's just quickly crossing over to sandwich the Lord of Power between himself and the Triforce.
Okay.
Clicks his Blast Basher, in a similar way of Samus activating one of her latent abilities in the arm cannon, and just kind of leans over to Kess as he's sort of jogging over. I hope you're right about this, Kess. And then he how large?
Do it.
How large is this Triforce?
It's
It's usually like about this.
Okay, so
not
like
massive.
head size almost.
A little smaller, but yeah.
A little smaller than a head, hovering what
Strike the pose.
3
Well,
4
Jody
feet off the
folks.
ground.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. He's gonna. I think at this point, Aruna knows. Maybe he knew the whole time that this Triforce, this aspect, is associated with the goddess of Nehru. So he'll just quick like couple line prayer, just like Nehru, forgive me, and. As he clicks the Blast Basher, he's going to try to punch the Lord of Power
Feor is wisdom.
with the
Nehru's wisdom,
Triforce.
Pharaoh's courage.
What?
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. You're up. No, sorry, I'm incorrect. I'm incorrect. You were right.
He's going to try to
Sorry.
he's going to try to punch the Lord of Power with this Triforce infused bomb.
Okay.
Kind of. Well, let me ask you, Lord of Power, which hand is holding your staff?
I have the left hand on the staff.
Left hand. So he's going to aim for, left breast here, almost right above the heart.
Heart punch.
Yeah. And he's going to...
5-finger death punch.
He's going to do that. And I'm going to roll against the guard and see... I'll let you know what Banes come into play here. And I'm gonna use my 100 legend points. So.
Oh shit!
Yay!
Who would have thought giving Kiri DM powers for a minute would change the game this
Me.
much?
All right. So
This is what happens when you give anyone that's not Elias power, we cause chaos.
This is
Like my
Indeed.
GMing made New Jersey accents more prevalent.
There
I
are
think I once
many
held a
awesome
tea party.
emotes showing
While
up in
we
chat.
waited.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll take it. It's a 65 versus guard.
I'll take it, he says.
Which, as we know, is 29.
Yeah. It's a good
Lord of
improvement.
Are we
Power,
about to
is
Kali
that
Ma?
over your guard?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
it's 10 over,
Yeah.
so I get damage and 3 banes.
Okay.
So,
let's start off damage-wise.
yeah, okay.
Go ahead and record your damage loss, Lord of Power.
We couldn't hear you.
Still can't hear you.
It's 36.
Thank you. Thank you.
There we
You
go.
read my lips. Appreciate it.
Oh my.
I don't know how to do anything over like 10 in sign language, so I can't tell you how to sign 36. But Jax can.
I
Jax,
should
you're so
learn
cool.
ASL. It must be nice to be talented.
What? Huh?
I said you're
I-
so cool, and then Alex self-deprecated.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that. You're cool.
I feel you, Alex.
Thank you.
Okay, both
Thank
of you,
Don.
shut up. You're
We will
insulting my
turn this
friends,
into
and it's going to be
actual
really weird because
therapy.
I don't know how to
I just, like-
insult you for insulting my friends. It's
I just
a whole...
enjoy,
Wait,
doing
wait,
weird
wait.
signs like name your favorite carrot or carrot
Favorite.
was my favorite.
Favorite.
Is it favorite here? I
Favorite.
don't know why I saw this as favorite.
something
Was this a
else.
sign
Hold
for
on.
something else?
It
my
is.
favorite
Hold on.
carrot.
But to revert back, for both of
Yeah,
you
favorite carrot.
who are insulting yourselves, which we did not do. Here's some candy. Candy!
I do that. I either throw candy or I threaten to hurt the person for
I know
insulting
that's
themselves.
from you because the last time I threw Skittles at Kiri. So now you
See,
guys
I
have
get-
dark chocolate.
I've learned that I need to get bullied sometimes in order to accept compliments, so this tracks for me.
Oh, I have candy up there. I can throw
I
candy.
get yelled at a lot for this. It's
Aruna,
fine.
Alright, sorry.
do we have
Back,
Banes
back.
yet?
Oh, yeah.
Lay them on
Um,
me.
So, what my intent here is, let me know if I can infuse 5 feet of movement into this action. My goal is to punch him here so hard that I just kind of walk him back and apply the forced move Bane.
Here's what I say.
um,
Yeah, forced move is a Bane, so
yeah.
you can do that.
Forced move Bane to just shift us both up 1 square to just
Okay.
have his back up against this Triforce, almost bent over to the point where the top point is almost trying to pierce his back.
Okay.
And kind of use that. So
You won't be
that's-
gored by the Triforce.
That's
Not gored,
That's
just, you know,
forced
stabby
move
stabs.
there. If that
Zolta
works,
is holding on
bit
for
of
dear
grace.
life.
then I'll push him back 1 there. The second one will be to disarm.
Okay.
And you'll have to disarm has 2 power levels. The
Mhm.
effect differs
It's
based on
invoked at the highest power level you have the ability to when it's 10 over.
Great.
Any other time you invoke it, it's based on what your roll is, which is 65 is high enough for any. So whatever the highest,
the highest one I can do. Yeah.
yeah, the highest
So that's
one,
power level 6 then.
Okay.
Which means that in addition to just disarming him of the staff, I take control of it with my free
Okay.
hand.
Ooh.
So the staff itself is a staff and it has the master sword in it at the top.
Yep, caught that. Caught that
Okay.
last time.
Yep, got that.
Which is why I wanted to disarm him. And for the record,
Smart,
this
smart.
is very cathartic to Elias me.
I was gonna say you're bringing back ETS, buddy. Bring me back to ETS.
Elias is taking
So
control
I
of the
relieve him of
ETS.
his staff as that force move's happening. And then as my third Bane, since he's already looking a little demoralized, I'm going to make him immobile so that he cannot move from
Immobile, incapacitated, and demoralized.
being nearly impaled on the Triforce here.
So how is the bomb going to immobilize him visually? Like how do you see
Well,
the bomb
it's
doing
it's
He's
interesting
blind!
because it's a mix of energy and might here. So
Okay.
the energy, in addition to the might, is the force move to just get him onto the Triforce, which kind of just freezes reflexively lets go of the staff just enough for me to take it, and just the pinpoint of the Triforce, the effect that the direct contact of the Triforce is having. And just the overwhelming factors of everything that we've been throwing at him in such a short amount of time, at least, for now, is rendering him immobile.
Okay. So you can see as he you guys watch as Aruna kind of moves over, and you hear the little prayer to Nehru, and he says, "Kessler, I hope you're right." And you see him kind of put a bomb that is unlike any bomb you guys have ever seen him throw or anything. Most of them tend to be kind of generic, kind of little black balls
Patched
with a
together
wick on
bombs,
them.
yeah.
But this one here, as it moves, if you've ever seen like paint that changes colors depending on what angle you're seeing it at, you kind of see this with the bomb where it just
multi-chrome.
kind of shifts in color as he puts it on. And as he hits it, first thing you notice is this multicolor explosion. You watch the Lord of Power get thrown back as he impacts the Triforce of Wisdom. You watch as his hand goes, ah! You watch as the staff that he's been using kind of launches in the air, and without breaking contact, Aruna just reaches up, grabs it, and brings it down to him. And as he kind of pushes him forward and drives him into it, you watch as the kind of explosion of color kind of coalesces and kind of grips around the Lord of Power's legs, kind of forming an almost like multicolored rainbow webbing, attaching him to the ground.
Would handing off the staff to someone else be a minor action? In combination with like my unused assist, maybe?
Sure, if they're close enough to actually get it.
I think
Like,
Zolta's close enough.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
Zolta's face.
I'm gonna give
Uh-oh.
her channel because it seemed like they used close to the same kind of energy. The master staff. Be like, I think this will help.
Again, without breaking eye contact for the Lord of Power, he just kind of reaches over. Zulta, you can see this very nice carved kind of ebony wood staff, which at the top is effectively a sheath for the Master Sword. And you can see the Master Sword itself there in all its glory, just kind of dangling in front of you.
I'm gonna end my turn. Blast Basher with fist, still just pinning him to the Triforce, immobile and disarmed and having forced move. Not breaking eye contact, still getting right up in his grill. That's my turn.
Okay.
I
Lord of
had to
Power.
give the Trifork to Kess, and now I have a better Trifork.
Lord of Power. So, because incapacitation massively breaks the game,
Yeah.
I have created a kind of extra rule, which is to resist Banes, you can use your movement.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you go ahead and try a resist roll to get rid of the incapacitation. On roll 20, if you just click on any of your defenses, it'll make the roll. It's a d20 roll. You're looking for above a 10.
Okay.
And you don't
Hope
have
I did that
anything-
right.
Yep. So the incapacitation ends at the beginning of your turn. The rest of the Banes we're not going to deal with. Because as you come to consciousness, the first thing that you notice is you're not in the courtyard anymore.
What?
As you look around, you're in a place that you've personally never seen. Around you, you can see a landscape that is mostly dark. At the very, very edge, you can see what looks like little mountains and just barely peeking over slight rays of sunshine in the most beautiful sunrise you have ever seen. As you look around and the light starts slowly peering over the mountains to illuminate this land of sustenance. You see greens and blues, trees and rivers and streams. You can see life itself seems to spring up and pool in various places, sometimes on the ground, sometimes in the air. In the center of this place, you see a large pedestal with an altar around it that you happen to be standing on. But the pedestal itself seems to be a pedestal to nothing. There's nothing there currently. As you look around, it suddenly dawns on you that you have somehow been transported to the Sacred Realm. When the goddesses completed creating Hyrule, the point that they left was the Triforce, and the Triforce caused the area around it to become the Sacred Realm, the Sacred Land. It was eventually cut off from the rest of Hyrule to protect the Triforce. And no one from Hyrule has visited this in millennia. As you're sitting there, you feel, I'll let you choose, is your symbol of the Triforce on your right or left hand?
Right hand.
You feel your right hand start to burn. You look down and you see the familiar symbol of Triforce with the Triforce of power glowing. The burning gets greater and greater and greater, and you watch as the Triforce of power raises up from your hand and moves to the pedestal. You suddenly realize you're not alone on this altar. To your left, a relatively short Sheikah woman standing there. You can see a hookshot hanging on her belt. Long red scarf trailing off in the breeze. Next to her, a Zora woman with a vest and shorts, arm in arm with the Sheikah. To your right, dwarfing you in size, is relatively large Goron, missing part of an eyebrow. To his right, a Rito, blue, brilliant plumage, holding an accordion in his hand. And then slightly separated from the rest, a Sheikah woman wearing a duster with various, what looks like pieces of guardian almost, kitty, hanging from her belt. As you look, the Sheikah woman next to the Zora woman start to kind of glow, and the Goron on your other side start to glow, and you watch as kind of beams of light go from them and connect to the pedestal, and you see the Triforce of Wisdom appear And then you watch as the Rito slowly kind of puts down the accordion on a notch on his belt where it hangs. And as he pulls it away, you can see two smaller versions of Master Sword in his hands, that as he brings them together form the Triforce of Courage. And it goes to the pedestal. The Triforce has been split since the first time Ganondorf went into the Sacred Realm and turned it into the Dark Realm, millennia ago. It has now been brought back together. And flowing through your mind is there's no malice in the Triforce itself. Again, you just got this huge downpour of knowledge from the Triforce of Wisdom, and everything that it was telling you was how to stop death from happening, not how to make it happen more effectively, more efficiently. And you can see everyone there. The rest of you are in this situation as well. You guys can see the Sacred Realm. Again, words can't describe the beauty around you. Perfection incarnate in nature. And you can see not the Lord of Power in his red robes, encircled with malice. You see a kid, barely into manhood, wearing a red tunic and hat. It is your turn, Lord of Power. What would you like to do?
I'm filled with the realization of everything that I've done and my own disillusioned idea of what it takes to save everyone. So first, there's a great amount of shame that barrels over me, and I sort of reflexively almost start to cry. But then I look out at these people. I look out at everything I thought I was greater than. In fact, I was so foolish to misunderstand how important they were. They were not tools. They were exactly what I needed. And I'll take a deep breath and kind of look at them and sort of laugh and be like, they were right. It is dangerous to go alone. I need
Yeah!
I need you all. Can we do this together? The right way, please?
God, I love you people.
I really don't want to break the moment, but my reaction to people making me feel emotions is apparently to go fuck you.
Hey, Leah, I love you. You are great.
Are you allowing time here for reactions from
Yeah.
us with that?
Whatever you guys want to do. You were we don't need to be in initiative order right now. Depending on how things go, we might go back into initiative order, but currently we are not in initiative.
As you asked that, the same Goron who just like pinned you seconds ago is now just peacefully extending his open hand towards you.
It's a big hand.
Flat rock with fingers.
Same.
Okay.
The Rito also extends their hand, hand.
Yes.
I don't. Bird.
All of the above.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Urel, you're muted, I think. Or at least I can't hear you. Can anyone else hear her?
No.
Hello?
There you
Now
are.
I can
Hi.
hear you.
Arel, being slightly farther from the group, is going to sort of like awkwardly shuffle forward.
Oh, I can't hear you anymore. I heard awkwardly shuffle forward and then it walks, but oh, dang it.
So my
I w-
very basic
I
understanding
understood
of
that.
sign language.
I have
She walks
no
forward,
idea what just happened.
She gets ready to kind of hug and kind of steps back a little bit, and then extends her hand. Did I get that right?
Kes,
Yes?
seeing this resistance in Arel, she
Mhm.
kind of gets a little choked up and she just like bear hugs and both people who, like, so it'd be Link and Arel and like just fuck like
Okay.
hug.
As this is happening, you guys hear kind of a cracking sound behind you, and as you look behind you, you can see a portal back into Hyrule, and you can see reality seems to be splintering even more, and you start seeing more realms start to develop, and each one seems progressively worse than the last. You see one where the Sheikah turned into a dynasty and are going on a genocidal rampage. You see another one where the Zora decided to kind of control and enslave the rest of Hyrule to satisfy their power. And you see these just getting progressively worse and worse. And suddenly, behind you, you feel a presence. As you turn around, 3 perfect feminine forms are standing next to the Triforce. As they open their mouth, you can't really hear what they're saying. Their words seem so powerful that your ears can't comprehend it, your mind can't translate it into words, but you get the idea of what they mean as they speak to you. The world is damaged, but not beyond repair. The step you have taken today is the most important step that has ever been taken in our creation. And if I knew enough sign language, I would totally use it, Australian, but my sign language is very limited. I'll have Jax translate for me sometime. What has already happened cannot be changed. Time must always flow forward. But the future, you can decide how it is shaped. The realms cannot remain separate, but each of you can choose which part of the realms is integrated into the new singular realm. Kestrel, you seem quizzical.
No, Carrie's just fucking confused, man.
Okay. So, out out of character, what can I clarify?
Because I feel like we just did a whole lot to tell him, no, Link, this is not the path.
So what was going to happen before was effectively one realm was going to remain. Again, having 3 separate realms existing simultaneously is going to break things. However, you guys get to choose which parts of each realm are going to turn into canon effectively.
We can merge
What
them.
happens
So are there
instead of choosing
aspects
to the
one.
life that isn't chosen?
It is other than you guys, every single person that exists simultaneously in all 3 realms, and so 3 lives will be merged into one.
So life won't be destroyed. Like it won't
No.
be. Okay,
It'll
cool,
just
cool.
combine.
That was my issue of like, we were stopping him from committing 2/3 genocide.
they're
Like,
gonna
I'm
do
not
is they're
okay
gonna
with the
combine-
goddesses doing it.
But you guys get
Cool,
to
cool, cool.
kind of decide what they experienced, which parts of the realms get to continue existing. Like
Does
if the Zora Empire you want it to remain, then the Zora Empire remains in the new world. But if Shadow Stalkers don't remain, then they don't.
does this also mean that technically speaking, the people that died in the battle that Pierre fought in, I can just choose to not let that be what happened?
What has already happened has already happened.
So that does not matter. Okay.
So what is the okay? I guess the point of clarification that I need is what is then the starting point that things are merging back together?
Now. Outside
To
of
clarify-
time.
Does
just
that make
merging
sense? Because like if we
realities.
can't change, like I'm totally fine with that, but we've also
Basically,
we're in that weird
this-
timey wimey thing of like
from-
it's always existed, but also it hasn't. But
Yeah.
also
basically everything that happened in the campaign up to you guys closing the 3rd wound, that is technically already happened. So if you take something from, you decide that this part of the wisdom realm is going to exist, but someone died in that wisdom realm while we were playing the game, they're still going to be dead, but that aspect of the wisdom realm is going to continue to exist. Does that make sense? Am I explaining it poorly?
no, it's just very complicated,
It is.
and I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
entirely sure how to feasibly
Basic-
in my brain piece this puzzle together, even with us all
The-
working
the
together.
the basics of it are you can't bring back people that are already dead, and when time starts again, it's going to start at the point that you guys closed the final wound. You're not going to be there, you're going to be at Hyrule Castle when you are brought back, but that's where time is going to pick up again and start going the normal route. But you guys can decide, like, again, Kess, there are 3 versions of your family, and you only saw 2 of them. You know, the family that you grew up with, and then the other family that lost their child and ended up divorcing over it. So you can choose which version of reality they remember. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh.
It's a little ambiguous, but
How I guess my next question then is how do you want to do this? Because we could get really in the weeds.
I mean, I know exactly what Zolta wants, so
Okay, we'll start with Zolta, and we'll kind of go through people as you kind of decide on the things that you definitely, these are the parts of my reality that I want to continue existing.
yeah. In one world, my father's dead. In another world, my mother's dead. I would like the world to have both of them, and Jael to remain dead, and no Shadow Stalkers. Thank you.
Okay.
Easy.
you know what?
Also,
Kinda
if there
like
is
my
a world in which that guy's a waiter,
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
One of the worst realms that's forming right now. He's just a
one of the worst
Careful what
realms.
you wish
He's
for,
just
that might
always
be
been a
season
waiter.
2.
His entire family has been waiters. Their entire history, going all the way back to Skyward Sword, they've always been waiters.
Okay, I do have a question.
Sure.
So previously it was mentioned that if someone dies in one realm, they die in the other realms. So
Yes.
then Zolta's family parents are going to stay dead because they died in both.
Well, that was what I thought was
realms.
interesting because she's right.
So-
Yeah.
Like her
Zolta's
dad
family
is
seems to be
somehow
different.
alive
Yeah,
in
her
one
parents
realm.
are a special case, and it was basically a trade-off where in one realm the mother died, one realm the father died, and because of their relationship to Zulta, they were able to trade it off instead of them all dying in one realm. Which I totally didn't just make up and pull out of my ass right now because I didn't realize I broke
Well,
my own
because
rule.
didn't
Blame the Lord of Power.
Aurel, didn't your little sister, like, because we found out she wasn't actually dead, but in one realm she wasn't trapped
Well,
in the shadow or something?
Yeah, even when she was trapped in the Shadow Realm, she wasn't dead.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As
So
I was
in
like,
one, the Lusty in the Power Realm, or the
You're from the
We're from-
Power Realm, so the
No,
Lessie
so
in
the
the
Courage
Power
Realm.
Realm is lost.
exactly
in-
is lost, but the Lusty in the Courage Realm, she was still with all of her family.
Yep. And you guys never visited the Wisdom Realm, so you don't know about that. But
Right. So because of that, Aurel wants to keep the family in the Courage Realm.
so you will
Because that
not
means her
change.
uncle still loves
Your
her.
experience of losing Lessie in the Shadow Realm, your experience of getting infused with Shadow, that will not change. But your family will have no memory of that aspect of your life. And to their knowledge, you were never lost in Ashika Ruin. You never detonated anything.
She's going to be loved versus she wasn't in her realm anymore. So
I mean, Aurel, you're loved.
no, I'm tolerated.
No,
Yeah, and
you're
you
loved.
can be both. It's possible to be both.
Cass says it so irritated, like she's so begrudging to admit this, but doesn't want you to actually like believe that you're not loved. It's just
Well,
like,
There are
But
plenty
this-
of
this was
spouses
just, like,
around the world who
internalized
both
to-
love and tolerate each other.
This is true. This was just an aside.
I live
okay.
life by being tolerated by people.
so we've had Zulta and Arel. Kess, Pierre, Haruna, do you guys have ideas on aspects of the realm that you want to continue?
I mean, I'd like for a little more empathy towards Sheikah and I mean, you said no shadow stalkers, but I'm like, I'm okay with us like leading the charge of like, hey, let's embrace what the good we did with technology. I'm okay with that being an uphill battle for me, but people not just being hunted for what they're born
Existing.
as would be great for me.
So
Well, but
as
we can also
Kess,
bring
as you're kind of
Ashika
describing
from-
this, the goddesses kind of all point towards Bool, and Bool starts replaying all the image he took of the Sheikah defending everyone during the calamity. And you hear now, instead of only you knowing this, everyone will know their sacrifices.
Oh, and if it doesn't ruin anything, my parents seemed a lot happier when they were together. That if it's not too much trouble, I don't want to be selfish.
And they nod. Iruna, Pierre?
This is tough for me
Supposed to be
because
tough. This is the end.
yeah, I can't go back and save or have the people who died in that one battle back. But I would like to be able to go home and not feel like I am going to bring shame to my family.
As you say that, you suddenly see kind of a portal open up, and you can see the Rito City that you grew up in. In the square, you see statues of each of your fallen comrades with commemorative plaques. You hear in your heart, they will be honored and remembered as the heroes they were, with a feast every year commemorating their sacrifice.
But I can't ever go back, can I?
You would be remembered as a hero as well, if that is what you wish. Allowing society to know the truth is not rewriting. It is simply allowing them to know what truly happened.
Well, I still have shame over my head for what I've done.
That is
Is
your
what therapy's
burden
for.
to bear. And nothing in our vast amount of power will ever change the work you have to do for yourself.
Zolta has a question.
Sure.
Is there a realm where there wasn't a Zora city where all the poor people went and got tortured as part of their death?
That was exclusively a power realm thing.
Holy shit,
So if
what?
you don't want that to have happened,
Maine.
it doesn't.
I would like that to not have happened. And I would like whatever reality goes forward for Aruna's mom to still like me.
Okay.
It's a weird flex, but okay.
I
just instantly think of one of Taylor Tomlinson's jokes. Have you ever made a man's mother like you more than him? I broke up with Steve 4 years ago. I still get Christmas cards from Sheila.
I love her. She's great. I'm glad that will be remembered. But I also want to you know what? Maybe it's better this way. Leave that part. Honor my friends. I'll let you decide how they handle me.
You see a nod from the goddesses. Aruna?
The only selfish thing that Iruna's gonna request, if that's how this works, is if possible to have his aunt fully healed from whatever caused that in his realm. Maybe there's one where she's not sick or anything. Outside of that, he's mostly just in general wanting every the calamity is still a factor in all this, but he's just wanting everybody in Hyrule to live the happiest possible version of their lives. Doesn't really care about who's in power where, and that includes as he looks over to Link.
Finally, we get to Brayak, Lord of Power, Link.
Honestly, I think for this one, I don't know if I have again, this is all out of character. I don't know if this is my position to say what should happen to the world. I think
No.
you should speak for Link, who's the warrior, but I can't encapsulate 5.5 years you guys have had, so that's up to you.
I'll say, because you've kind of embodied the character so well, what do you want to happen to Link? Like, forget about the rest of the world. What do you want to happen to Link? Fee doesn't get requests. Fee
Right.
is a paperclip that pops up randomly.
So the way Zelda sacrificed herself in my realm, the way it was supposed to end, for me to run away, for me to get people, as opposed to put the burden on myself, for me to assemble the champions and do this the right way, I will go back to that moment, and as opposed to being scared and going insular, I'll recoup and then look around and do it the right way.
Okay. So the goddesses go back to the multi-realm Triforce you guys have created, because each piece of this Triforce is not only a different piece of the Triforce, it's from a separate realm. Each one touches the appropriate Triforce, and you see this wave of energy, and it gets brighter and brighter, and the sacred realm around you starts to fade into light, and you all start to feeling of losing consciousness as everything
Link, I'm proud of you.
cuts to white.
Yeah, in my dream version of the world, I meet you all again, but the right way this time, and we become friends, and we fight, and we get back. Oh shit, I'm choking up. We get back, but we do it together.
I don't think you're the only one.
So everything is very bright. You guys are having a hard time seeing anything. You slowly kind of blink. Look around. You can hear water behind you. You look behind the fountain, which has not produced water in close to 20 years since the calamity happened. Shooting water out beautifully. You look up, you can see the pre-dawn sky is slowly changing from that deep indigo to brighter and brighter, lighter blues. You can see Death Mountain in the distance. And you watch as the sun crests it, and the fierce few beams of light strike Hyrule Castle. The splendor of the castle has not looked this way in decades. But you can see the spires of each of the towers seem to shine as if they're made of gold. You look across Hyrule Field, you see the sea of grass undulating like waves on the ocean. You can see a trader walking past, seemingly on his trip towards the Rito-controlled lands to the west. As you look further off, Pierre, you can see silhouetted against the sky one of the Rito flying cities, hovering, no longer barely staying afloat, but flying high in the sky as they did at their peak. Zulta, as you turn to the west, you can see a vast ocean where parts of Hyrule were flooded to allow for more Zora domains. You can see in the river running past the castle a few Zora children kind of playing tag as they go towards as they go downriver towards Zora's domain. Hess and Arel, as you all look outward, you can see some wolves starting to harass the trade caravan that you guys saw previously. You suddenly hear a very distinctive sound of Shikatek igniting as two Sheikah guardians come forward and chase the wolves away without any bloodshed. Aruna, Aruna, as you look back at Death Mountain, you can see the familiar fires of the Goron city raising. They haven't been lit in decades for fear of attracting whichever divine beast is that's up there, the lizard one. Insert actual beast name there.
Jerry, Larry, and Gary.
Wait.
Is it
I got you.
It's Varadania.
Varadania.
And you can see a Goron trader rolling with a cart attached to their rolling form, very similar to the one that you designed to carry your friends. Seems to be leaving Hyrule Castle Town, heading down towards Kakariko Village. As you look around, you don't see Link anywhere. But we'll deal with that a little later. So, this is the period of every campaign that I call sunsetting, where I'm going to let each of you kind of describe how your characters enjoy their non-adventuring life. So is there anyone that would like to go first?
I don't know.
And a hush falls over the crowd.
Who wants to start?
I don't want to do all of it, but I would like Zolta to take out the shiny metallic ball and see if anything's changed with it that we got a long time ago and have done nothing.
I don't even know.
You're gonna
what
have to remind me
talking
which.
about.
Where did you get a
What
ball?
ball?
We were supposed to bring back a magic item to the
Oh,
dude in the other
yeah!
realm, and so I've been holding this shiny metallic ball for a long time.
There's
Wait,
a quest in
how
Kakariko
long-
Village where you have to take a ball and you put it, and it opens up one of the.
The shrine.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember this at all.
We were trying
was
to
in
pay
one of
one
the
of the
first
realm's
episodes.
debts.
Yeah.
Oh, and we never did that? Oops.
Yeah.
We were
Dude,
kind of busy saving the fucking world.
Yeah, we had a lot going on.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll say that goes back because the hero of the wilds needs that to complete their adventure.
Does
So I'll say that goes back.
Okay, so I take out the shiny yellow metallic ball and it goes away.
Yes.
Disintegrates.
Fancy teleportation.
Zolta turns to Kess and reaches out a
Important
hand.
shrine. Okay.
Kes takes Zolta's hand and just kind of asks, "You want to meet my parents?"
No, but I will.
Character development.
And then Kes kind of looks over at Arel and is like, "Hey, you want to go home?"
And Ariel kind of runs her hands through her hair and actually moves it away from her other eye. That's red. I don't think you guys have ever seen her other eye.
You have another eye?
Oh, shit.
She doesn't just have one.
Um,
Let's go home.
fun
Kes
realization.
puts her arm around Arel. Like,
Okay.
And Ariel
buddy.
starts to cry into her.
Zolta doesn't have her necklace anymore.
oh,
You don't. Interesting. Yeah.
And so she feels for that and just smiles because it means that it's okay. They're back. She heads with Kess to Kakariko Village to avoid Impa.
Good
And
luck.
try and make a good impression
Dude,
on
I
someone
just-
else's parents.
Wait,
No
is
one's
this
gonna make
emotional,
me
physical,
feel-
or mental? Which one is this?
she was kind of the same in all of them.
To you?
Well, let's find out, Arel.
And she's
Okay.
gonna call over her shoulder and be like, "Hey, you guys want to get food before you head back home?" To Aruna and Rita, and Pierre, the Rito. Well, I called you Rita for some reason.
Yeah, you did.
Dude,
I heard it.
I'm crying here, okay? Leave me
No, I
alone.
got it. I got you.
Just because I think Kakariko's kind of the closest to anybody's home right now from where we are.
Let's go see how things are.
So they're gonna go get shawarma. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, Zolta is going to turn to Cass and very quietly say, he may not have been a waiter.
And Cass just goes, "Shh, I know, baby. I know. We don't have to tell anyone."
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
It takes you guys a few days to get to Kakariko, but as you go through, everyone kind of looks at you and they don't seem to recognize you. You guys don't seem to be famous or anything like that. But
Yeah, that
everyone
would've
kind of
been
greets you
annoying.
with a smile. A few people that you go past give you like fruits, just as kind of a greeting kind of thing, or very kind of welcoming. One group offers to let you share their campfire for the night as you guys are going. As you finally get to Kakariko, the first thing that you notice is the buildings don't look the same. The buildings before were built in the Hylian style, so very kind of brick and mortar. But as you look here, you can see mechanical doors, Sheikah runes on them. This city itself seems to celebrate its Sheikah heritage. As you come in,
Awesome.
you see Impa is teaching some children. And as you kind of overhear, she's talking about the most important day in Sheikah history. The day when the Sheikah came out from hiding and protected all of Hyrule during the failed uprising of Ganon 20 years ago. And as you're kind of absorbing all of this, you hear from behind you, Cass? You hear the voice of your father. You see him kind of looking at you. And he can see kind of the tears in your eye. He goes, honey, what's wrong?
It's just hay fever.
Oh, well, the door's on the fritz again. And I've looked at it and I have no idea. If you have some, I realize, oh,
I
I
guess
don't
it's
think
dad.
we've been, I don't think we've been introduced. I'm
Oh.
drawing a blank right now. Did you have a name for your father that I've already forgotten?
Yes, but it was so long ago. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Everyone's
I am Kess's father.
Arel only knows Kess's dad is Kess's dad.
Okay.
Hi, semi-father-in-law.
And
Hang
he
on.
hears that. He's like, and he kind of looks
Oh.
down at your,
We should some stuff's happened.
apparently.
Not
So
Your mother's going to want to prepare for this. I'm going to just kind of give her a heads up. You two come join us as soon as you can. How does that sound?
My mother's
Yeah.
had an actual nightmare about this situation before.
so
Elias just brings home a girl and goes, this is my wife.
if you recall, this man's name is Merrick.
Merrick. Thank
The
you.
man that I know as my father. There's a whole bunch of shit we never touched on. It may come up
Yep.
later. We'll see.
Yay! Zolta's not alone.
So Merrick goes, we'll have scones ready.
Before he goes, I was just like, "Hey, Dad.
Yes.
It's really good to see you." And she just hugs him.
And you feel this kind of chuckle in his breast as your head is kind of pressed against his chest. You feel this kind of chuckle, and he's like, it's really good to see you too, little one. Now, I've got work to do, and like I said, the door's on the fritz, so maybe before
I'll
you
look
fully
at it.
come in-
I promise. I'll look at it. I'll fix it.
All right. Your brothers won't be home till late, so.
Okay.
All right, it was great meeting all of you.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome for dinner. You know,
These are my
Are you
best
s-
friends.
Are you
Do
still
you
mad
have
at
rock
me for
options?
breaking into your house that last time?
That never happened.
Nope.
and he just kind of looks.
Oh,
I'll
wait,
let
no.
Kess deal with that. I'm gonna go now, but great seeing you all. And you see him kind of go, and he picks up what he was carrying with him. Looks like he just came from fishing because he's got a few fish hanging.
Hey, Kess.
Friends. Mm-hmm.
What should I do with this? Because I still have the master staff.
I'll say
No, that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
Okay.
that has gone away.
Amusing.
Okay.
Um,
I have so many things I have to delete now.
You had it
you
for a
do
whole
still
second.
have that ring though that we made.
I do still have the ring. Oh, hey, Kess.
Yep.
Still have your laser pointer of death too.
That's the ring.
That's the same thing.
Oh,
yeah.
that is the
Yeah.
ring. Oh,
And
Yeah.
the tracking device.
Zolta takes off the laser pointer of death and puts it
Awkward.
on Kess's finger.
Oh, never mind.
Aw.
This is your time.
I didn't have time to get you your own.
I have cried so much today. Don't you dare.
Oh,
I
do
thought you made them
it.
matching sets.
Oh my god, I will totally make us matching sets. Thank you, Aurel. That's a brilliant idea.
Well, to say you have
But
time now.
for now, you hold on to that because I don't think I need it for what it was first made for anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna find one that's less deathy.
Okay.
What is
all
it,
head
Zolta?
to Kess's abode, which even compared to everything else is overly designed, I guess we could call it. There's everything on her house.
My god, they let me do everything I want to do. This is
The sun starts to set behind the western horizon. And that is the end of the realms of the wild.
amazing. Everyone should do their text of what you went on to do, like in the credits.
Yeah.
Zolta did start therapy. It took a long time, with Kess forcing her to go sometimes.
Ilea was ready.
Hmm.
Ilea's been ready since Jody was like, I'm going to let the character sunset. And I was like, I'm not ready to do that part yet. But that was locked and loaded.
That night, a young child in Kakariko village, staying up past their bedtime, sneaks out their window, looks up to the starry sky, sees something that they can't believe. A large serpentine dragon flies into the sky, joined by two other dragons. And as they go, he sees little points of light appear and shine brilliantly in the night sky. But that is a story for another time. This has been 5.5, almost 6 years. We started pre-production in April. This has been one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I could not have asked for a better cast. You guys have put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this. Apparently, most of the tears came in the past 20 minutes, but that was not my intention.
Speak for yourself. I have cried so much during this campaign.
I wanna real quick say some stuff. Elias, thanks for thinking of me when you had this weird idea of having a Zelda RPG. Ilea, Kiri, Lex, Chax, and Elias as well. Thanks for putting your love and care into these characters and trusting me enough to not destroy the beautiful things that you guys created. Don, thanks for, coming back and playing a really amazing villain. Thanks to I know him as Saturnaut. John, right? There we go. Thanks to John and Diane. Thanks to everybody in chat who has been here, whether you're here from the first day or whether this is your first time showing up. You guys have turned this from something that was kind of interesting and fun to something that was unique and remarkable, and this would not have been what it was without all of you. Yeah. Yes, Kiri?
Could everybody share a little bit about, like, even if it's just like a summary of like what you think that your character, like,
Yeah.
I would really love to hear those like little after credit things.
Sure. Go for it. Who wants to start?
Yuri, you first. You brought it up.
No, because we just did all this stuff with like we're going to Kess's house for dinner, so I assume that depending on what education now exists, probably Kess settles and becomes basically an Indiana Jones of, I teach at the university, but also I go look and uncover our past and discover new things. That's
Aurel
what-
is the one student in the classroom who, when they close their eyes, it says, "I love you."
Aurel's coming with me on adventures. We good
Bam.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but also is absolutely the person in the class who did that.
Yes. But Aurel's, after this and being around her family for a while, all of that like need and want and searching for love has gone down quite a bit, because now it's in her life and she's starting to feel emotionally stable. So Aurel is going to fairly pick up where the Courage Realm Aurel did and go be like a mercenary of sorts. But her base is still going to be Kakariko Village, and whenever Kess wants to go out on an adventure or touring any kind of ancient ruins, she's going to just join. And
We're gonna go see all the cool shit together, man. We can bring it home and actually show people and not hide it.
I know!
What?
Aurel also now has really long hair that she's taken, and it's in a braid going all back, and she has
Past her emo phase.
she is she doesn't have to hide anymore. So she also has the shadow sword from the Courage Realm and the hook shot from the Wisdom Realm strapped across her back and at her side to not just use them in her adventuring, but also to sort of remember them.
I still have Bool, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Gotta have
Hell yeah.
Just want to make sure I still got my little buddy. Anyway.
Tessa's adventures make bank. And
Someone else.
Zolta ends up adopting in all of the strays without parents and taking care of them, and only goes into death mode when others are bullying the children. But the children think that's fun. That's Mama Zolta's angry face. It's fine.
It's a very
And
You get angry
face.
a lot.
Only at the
Fair.
people who treat
That's
the children
really
poorly.
freaking adorable, though.
And uses all of Kess's money on the children.
It's okay. We're wealth level 7.
That's fair.
I mean, I still don't even know what that really means.
It means we're rich.
Oh,
Now I can sell things. And not on the black market.
no.
On a high shelf so that none of the children can reach it, there is a piece of obsidian that Aruna's mom gave to Zolta.
Oh.
Bruna?
All right. So slightly tangential. I also want to thank John for doing the artwork.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we've also had a lot of social media support from Mary and Derek on the ZU team, so thank you to you two as well. If I think of anyone else later, I will bring them up. But at the very least, at some point soon, Aruna's going to go to Goron City to check on how reality settled there. Make sure his aunt's in good health. Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the goddess just decided, you know what? Everyone else gets their stuff, but Aruna, not really.
Still kind of
Damn,
bum
that's
me.
crazy.
Yeah. So given that at least 3 out of 5 of this party is based in Kakariko, and unless he has a reason to, he'll still go back and forth, split his time between those 2 hubs, although some of that depends on what Pierre chooses to do. And still dabble in trading, but now that he has an engineering partner with Kess, sort of work on still perfecting that perfect combination of Goron might and explosive energy as well in various methods and things, not all necessarily destructive. I don't know. They yeah. There's a lot of free time, hobby time spent there.
Hess loses her eyebrows a few times.
It's okay. They've always grown back.
Yours grow back?
Damn.
Oh, Runa, there's a difference between rock and hair.
Pierre.
I want to also, before I get into that, I do genuinely want to say thank you to both Jody and Elias and everybody who was involved in this. I remember getting the Slack text from Elias being like, "So, thoughts on an actual play?" And I was just like, "Well, you know what I mean." And I was like, "Absolutely, yes, please." And to all of you lovely people, I have become a better person for knowing all of you people, and I can't thank you enough. Just as a whole, you are wonderful people, and I'm very happy to have you guys here. And Elias, thank you for putting up with me for like 6 or 7 years because this
How
was
dare
happening at a
you?
really crazy time. I
You're
do
welcome.
dare.
How
And
dare you make me emotional?
Well, guess what? Why don't you come over and fight me?
I'm currently not in the state, but put it on the board for June.
Bet. Let's go.
Late June?
No.
I should be home the entire summer in California.
And I'll be in LA for like a couple days for graduation in May, just so the other 2 people in this call know.
Tell us what dates, by the way.
I will for sure. But yeah, all you people are lovely. To the whole ZU team who's been helping with us, everyone there is lovely, and you're wonderful. And to everyone in chat who's watched us for almost 6 years, you people are wonderful, and I really appreciate all of you. And I feel like this has just made me a better person and player and storyteller. So y'all are lovely.
As well as for trainer Jody, who's been our amazing GM.
I was gonna thank him after we
Jody's
all talked about
5.5 years. Oh, okay. Then
I mean,
wait.
I'm gonna do it still. I think Pierre does try to at least go to Rito Village and try to see his family, and just, if not tell the truth, just rip the bandit off. And if there's any shame or anything or whatever the gods have done, to give him that peace of mind of, my friends are immortalized, I did what I could, and get that part. Aside from that, I feel like he just travels still, plays a lot of music still, but mostly hangs around Kakariko to be with the people that he's been with for a while, who he knows he can go to, and who knows they tolerate him enough to keep him around.
Pierre, I don't think I'm supposed to know this, but I think Zolta started one of those therapy things and maybe that
Oh.
will help.
You guys
you
are Thera buddies.
with your stuff
Okay.
as well.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
As part of Zolta's therapy, she eventually reveals to Aruna all the lies and apologizes for them.
What did you lie
We
about?
don't eat our children. We don't
Yeah,
bury them in
I'm
the
sorry,
sand.
the Zora
All
are
of
not
the Zora lies.
cannibalistic. They don't have the children fight to the death.
Oh, I assume that got changed whenever we changed everything, because that
I'm
sounded
sorry,
pretty
Aruna.
like
It was never real in the first place.
cannibalistic. Well, that's true because that was kind of never real on a reality
Cass!
level.
Damn.
Cass, I tried.
Let him have it. Let him have it.
Wow,
Please-
unbelievable.
Please. She also tells me that she goes up and apologizes to my uncle for calling him a waiter.
Well,
and the rest of my
Wait,
family.
that was your uncle?
First, we have to find out, is he a waiter now?
No.
Through
He is,
extensive
in
therapy,
fact,
she has
not a
realized
waiter.
she might
Hold
have
on.
possibly. There could have been a possibility she was incorrect, and she's.
I said I'm sorry.
This-
But honestly,
this took 2 or 3
because you're
years.
because you're not a waiter, I overpaid you, and you shouldn't have taken the money. But
every time this attempt is made, before she finally gets it, every time Cass is like, "Nope, try again."
You've paid me for the inconvenience of believing I was a waiter and making me and my family do things for you.
you see,
Getting further away from it. Getting
other
further away from it,
people
babe.
are less than Zorga.
Try it again. Okay, we're gonna get it.
The
Your
next few
wife
really
years,
wanted
the
your
This
relationship.
seems like a bit of what we do in the shadows, and I'm honestly very much here for it.
The relationship between Arel's uncle and Zulta is one of confusion for like 2 years, as every time Zulta meets and sees your uncle, she tries to apologize for something that he doesn't remember.
That's right.
Was it not in the courage? realm?
Amazing.
It was,
just
but
find
not
it
not in
fun.
this new realm.
This
I
is the
just find
courage
it
realm.
funnier if
That's
he
where
doesn't
the
remember
families
it.
come.
But
Okay.
it
Okay, good.
depending on how things went, because that was also the
What
day
I-
we met.
In an ideal
Brayak
world, your
and-
uncle is not
To be
subject
perfectly
Wait,
honest, I think
I don't know if
could
it
be
would,
something
because that's
that
the
he
day
just
we
doesn't-
met. We would have met Brayak that day, and he was
That
Brayak,
was.
not Link, and he had put his plan in motion that day. So we might not have actually had that interaction.
I mean, he put his plan in
And-
place a long
Well,
time
but the
ago.
past didn't change. So you would have
Even
still
if,
had the
um,
interaction.
Even if he did, I think it's funnier if it just wasn't really that big a deal to your uncle. Like it was just something that happened, and he has since
He doesn't
forgotten about
remember.
it.
It takes the
Jesus.
2 years for him to recall that random.
Go, oh wait, really? That was that? Oh, that makes. I just thought it was a weird day, but it takes like 2 years for him to realize what she's referencing.
But
Love
my younger brother, was 5 years younger, so he was like 6 by the time this happened, I think.
Mhm.
Every time he sees Zolta, he just puts out his hand, thinking that she's.
And Zolta can't help it and is happy to spend Kess's money. And so she gives him a rupee every time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sometimes sneaking behind, like, that aunt or uncle who the parents are like, no, don't do this for them. And then they do it anyways. Like, shh, don't tell your sister.
So he is the one. Sek is the one who now who shares all the candy that he buys with all of your adoptees, because he's now like part of their group because he thinks they're cool, and he likes tormenting you.
I love that.
So, go ahead.
I can't help but remember that you said earlier on that Link was not among us when we
Yeah, what happened to Link?
We would get to
So, about 80 years in the future, Link wakes up in the Shrine of Resurrection. But unlike the experience that we see in the Breath of the Wild, as he wakes up, Zelda is waiting for him. Her father waiting for him as well. They were taken out of time so that they could live the rest of their lives with him. And he wakes up again 80 years in your future, so some of you may not be alive at that point just due to old age and things like that, but Link is sent into the future to merge with his future selves in the Shrine of Awakening and is able to live out his life with Zelda and the royal family as the princess's knight, as it was supposed to be 100 years previous. And that is where we are going to end it. As always, if you missed any of this episode or any of our 5.5 years, they're all on the Twitch channel here. It's twitch.tv/Zelda Universe TV. Thank you, phone.
We're gonna try to figure out a way to get the 80 solar episodes that aren't on YouTube on YouTube.
We have like 20 some odd episodes on YouTube already, but
yeah. By the way, this ended at 110, as long as I didn't miscount everything.
Even numbers. Let's go.
Yay! Team even.
So wait,
So-
Elias, what about
You're
the
welcome.
thank you to our fabulous GM that
Well-
you had mentioned a second ago?
Yeah, no, it's there was a reason I contacted Jody first about this and recommended him to my media boss at the time, Lex.
Time.
He's a grand old game master or dungeon master or just whatever kind of master you want him to be.
Oh, shoot,
told
sorry.
I'm a master debater, so
Oh, God.
Wow.
Sorry, she's loved.
Debater master. Another kind of DM. But no, he's feel free to chip in anyone else, but he's done a fantastic job with this campaign, and looking forward to what he's got in store going forward.
I'm obviously not very good at the mushy stuff.
Neither am I. That's
But-
why I'm looking for help.
But I'm good at talking for a long time. But yeah, Jody was my first DM nearly 8 years ago now. We're just shy of that. Had been wanting to play tabletop games for a very long time, mentioned it in a Twitch channel chat, and Jody went, "Oh, I saw that. You want to play?" And that, I can't thank you enough, Jody, for inviting me in and letting me be part of these weird, wacky universes and telling crazy stories. No matter how much I accidentally min-max and cause chaos for you.
yes,
So.
accidentally.
It is an accident.
You
don't
let
ex-
us do it though, so really, whose
Yeah.
fault is it?
I don't intentionally min-max, and that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, thank you so much, Jody, for thinking of me for this. Wouldn't have known Lex or Jax or Kiri nearly as well as I know you now. So yeah.
And
Thank
for
you.
all of the hard work that you've put
Oh my
into
gosh,
this
yeah.
campaign, actually in all of your campaigns, but everything from our special episodes to the Power Rangers and the Transformers and the four stories that you wrote, everyone, about how to play. That was way too complicated to remember at 9 a.m.
Correct.
Yeah, I still have that on this computer.
I still
do
do too
too.
as well.
But like the amount of enjoyment that you give us and have given me for it's almost been a year. Next year will be a year for me, you guys, because I started on February 29th. So for the past 3 years, like every single Realms game, I'm super excited to play because of the story and the that you've created, as well as the people that you've invited. Like everyone does honestly feel like family, and you all make me so happy to be here. But yeah, you've thank you so much, Trainer Jody, for this and for everything that you do.
I'll hop in on this train. Jody is one of my first consistent GMs. This has probably been the longest I've gotten to be a player for in my entire life of being in tabletop role-playing games. Most of the stuff that I do has been GMing, specifically Dungeons and Dragons. And Open Legends was a cool, exciting way to try a new system. And by becoming friends with people like Ilea and Kiri and Jax and Don and John and all these people who not only were incredibly talented people, but people who had worked with like other amazing people in tabletop. I've gotten the people who I've gotten to meet more people through this show just by knowing other people who know people. And I've become deeper in the tabletop role-playing game space as a result of that. And I've been able to try new stuff, see so many great things in tabletop. And I've learned to be a better storyteller, a better player, a better improviser. So much because of you, Jody. All of it comes back to you. So I would not be where I am and working on the things that I do really had it not been for Realms. And I 100% believe that. So thank you. I'm excited for you to be a player and for me to maybe torture you in Cthulhu.
I, of course, have not been affected at all.
What? No.
Ignore
Wiping
that
the
I've been
tears.
kind through this entire episode.
Well, that's it.
Well, thanks for
Thank you,
showing up,
everyone.
guys. See you guys next time.
Just to reiterate, I mean, I feel like I'm just going to be redundant here in thanking you, but this has been a very weird experience for me, and I know you have had an infinite amount of patience, not just in game, but also out of game, as I was going through a lot as a person, and I know I have not recently, but I know in the past it's not always been the easiest player because of how I dealt with those things. So thank you for making it more important to reach an understanding, both in story and as we collaboratively craft things out of game. This has been a really great time, and I'm just really happy that I got to meet everybody and get to know some people better that I kind of just knew in passing. I get to be really passionate about this weird thing we've created, and I honestly, this game made me realize one of my favorite parts of TTRPG is creative problem solving.
You're very
And-
good at it.
You are
and
very
think-
good at
You're
it.
so good at
and
it.
thinking you know what the DM is doing, and then realizing you're very wrong, but he's excited about the choice you made, so he's gonna like roll with you. You've set a very high bar for my DMs now.
Yeah.
As well as putting this, I mean, anyone who knows my stuff, like, we're always here for the story, and the story comes first, and that is not always the case with games like this, and I cannot tell you how much that has meant, and the high standard of collaborative storytelling you have set for me. So thank you, and I love you guys so much. I don't want it to be the last one. I'm sorry.
So
Hugs.
I've made vivid videos about this, and I'm just going to reiterate this because it's probably the most important thing I have learned in my almost 35 years here. 35 years in like a week and a half.
Oh my god, am I older than you?
Possibly. I'm
Oh, wow.
88.
Today I learned.
Yeah, I seem much older than I actually am. Or at least
I
that's what I've
seem
been
much
told for most
younger.
of my life.
But then
Ye-
again, Kiri is Spain. She also looks like she's like 16. So
Yeah.
No, thank you.
He is an
So,
ageless demigod.
The most important thing that I've learned in my life is you will never know the impact you have on other people. This was never meant to be life-changing. It was never meant to affect people. It was a friend of mine contacted me with a cool idea, and I went, well, let's try something weird. It was originally pitched as a D&D game. I said, can we try this open legend thing? I think it'll be much more fun. And can we have chat be a part of it? And to Elias's credit, every time I came up with an even dumber idea, he would come up with a way to help me make it work. And a lot of my life has been spent trying to find places where I could feel like I could belong, because that wasn't something that I had. And I have searched desperately for it my entire life. And no matter what else is going on, this has been a place that I can belong. And to kind of turn that phrase I just said back on you guys, you will never know what that's done to me. You will never know the nights that I didn't take actions that I would regret because I had a group. So for anyone watching this, always treat every interaction with every person that you speak with as important, because you don't know which ones are actually going to be life-changing for you for another 10 or 20 years. Everybody is important. The guy that gets you your coffee, the person that shows you where the Post-it notes are, everybody is important, and that tiny little interaction you have may change their life and may change your life. And this is a perfect example. I started this because a friend asked me to do something, and it has turned into some of the closest friendships I've ever had in my life. I have gotten to work with people that I idolized for years, and I have learned things about people that I never would have in any other way. So this has been the greatest thing I have been a part of.
Man, why you gotta make me so sad like this? Fuck you.
I thank you all for that. But
or before we
I have.
no.
How dare you? Joey, for
I mean,
making me
I
so
just
sad
have a
like
good.
this?
I have a joke to cut the tension, which related to the barista. Even if someone's a waiter, they could be the most important person.
Y'all, this is the one group project where people didn't let me down.
Oh.
So,
no, that's gonna make me cry. Fuck you, Carrie.
announcements to get on a slightly more boring topic.
Wait, was Jack
Hold
saying
on.
something?
Oh, sorry.
Yes. It was also to get us into a more lightheartedness. Before we end, can everyone roll with all of their legend points?
Oh yeah.
Whatever skill.
Let's
Is
see what
your
you guys
highest.
can do.
Rollies for the
'Cause those
highest.
are all gonna
Okay.
They're all gonna go away.
All right. Hold
Okay.
on. What?
I
is
have
my
101.
I have
Fucking knew it.
198.
I knew it.
What? I have
198?
32.
Oh,
Did
that's
you
that's
save
that's
your
with
100 dump?
that's with your 100. though.
I did, and actually it was higher than that before my sheet reset. I had saved over 100 on my own, and then my
Yeah.
sheet reset, and I had to go back to the number that I had like 3 months ago.
So let it be known, Ilea did not hoard the most legend points.
I
No,
somehow
Ilea was just the
still
most
had
vocal
19
about it.
after
Yes.
using like almost like between 9 and 10 legend points every time I rolled. So now I'm gonna roll 19 on my logic. Let's see what this actually
I'm
averages.
using
73.
That is the
I'm
new
gonna
highest roll.
I'm
No,
gonna
it's
use
not.
40
No, it's
legend
not.
points.
Oh, holy shit!
40 legend points on an agility.
I would like to use my
43.
death drain ability.
Oh, can I do it technically 5 more times because I've got rerolls?
I have 4 rerolls. I will
I
do
have-
this too.
Yeah,
I
I'll
have
do it.
15.
By the way, Arel, you
Oh
got
my
one
God,
more.
Chad.
I
legend
got
point.
69. I don't know if I want to change that.
No,
Nice.
You
Oh, yeah.
shouldn't change it.
All right, so reroll with
Oh, there it is.
199, you said?
59.
Let's do a straight influence. 199.
That's the highest. That'll be my highest.
Wow.
With the another okay, so originally I had gotten 85 on my roll, but with that
What?
1 extra legend point, I now have a roll of 90.
I can't see it because it's showing the GM, not to me,
Oh
but damn.
no!
Ah, that was a crappy
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
she got a
4 rerolls.
So officially,
4 rerolls.
because I know Open Legend actually retweeted this. Did anyone from
3
from
rerolls.
Open
Wow,
Legend
I'm
is
doing
watching
worse.
this? We have seen the peak number we have ever seen rolled in an Open Legend game is now a 90.
Well,
Right,
Damn.
I just got
that's
to
using a legend
73. I
point
have 3
system
more
that is
rolls.
not quite.
That is 100% broken. Yeah. Normally in Open
92!
Legend.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, wait, hold on. 203?
I'm at 88 now.
I'm
But
gonna take my 59.
officially,
Shit.
you're only supposed to be able to roll as many legend points as your level.
Take the 88.
So normally you're only allowed to put 10 legend points into something.
We had
So
to-
we did modify this
We
a
I'm
had
gonna
to
little
tweak
bit.
keep
our
rolling
legend
'cause
point
it's
system
fun.
for chat.
86.
I hit a top of 88.
Anyway, folks, so some slightly more boring stuff. Again, this is the end of Realms of the Wild. The next time we stream, we are going to be doing just a Q&A session. So please come with any cues you want aid.
Oh, I got questions.
Oh, I got a couple.
The players can ask questions and things. As long as we can have Kiri there, I'm gonna do my little interview. I can't remember. He passed away recently, and I can't remember his name. The guy from Inside the Actors Studio,
Oh.
I know who you're
hold
talking
on.
James
about.
Lipton.
Yeah.
Gonna do my James Lipton impression with Kiri, where we talk about where Cass came from and kind of her introduction to this, and then I'm just gonna answer questions. So feel free to have questions for the rest of the cast too. You guys can answer or choose not to answer.
I will
Anything that you
reveal
want.
Iruna's entire dark backstory that no one thought.
Yeah,
to
we
ask
can go
about.
through and read through our whole backstories of what we did and all
Yeah.
that.
If we
kind of
do
stuff.
that, we need a
here's the
content
thing. Are you
warning.
bringing back this character
Fair.
potentially?
Oh, I have no plan
Yeah,
to bring back.
do
Kira.
so with your
That's
own.
fair.
I have
And I
zero
guess-
intention
I
to bring
guess
back
we
Kira.
can-
I
'cause
want
I've
a
revealed
dumb,
this-
fun person.
I've revealed this to the cast. The next campaign, I've specifically chosen storyline wise that if anyone decides that they want to continue the story of their character, they can, or they can build new characters. And I think we can officially announce it now. We will no longer be using
Sorry.
Open Legend, just because we had a lot of fun in Open Legend. But I want to try something different. So our next campaign is going to be using the Cypher system. So
And it's particularly an offshoot of Cypher, right?
technically, it's going to be so. Fun fact: the Cypher system has a systems reference document and an open game license kind of thing, so we can create our own system. I'm going to be piggybacking on the idea of the Strange, which is a campaign setting for the Cypher system, but it'll be entirely unique to us. I have my own stuff that I'm writing for it, but yeah. For Miss Australian. I'm never going to say your name right. I have a stutter, and without the stutter, that would be hard to say. But we do put all the Realms of the Wild stuff on the Twitch channel. It takes a few days because someone else actually highlights the video and actually puts it on the Twitch channel. So it may take a few days for this
I can
to
highlight
show
this
up.
after the stream just so we have it all up.
Cool.
But yes, you can watch all of it here. And then, as Elias mentioned before, we're going to see if there's a way for us to put all of this on YouTube as well. That is I can't think of the word.
That won't overwhelm everyone's sub boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right.
that's a technical issue. you know, we have to.
It'll get there
um,
one way or another eventually.
Zelda Universe
Mhm.
is
the meantime,
remarkably.
it's
There is an impressive amount of people that work together to make Zelda Universe a thing. So, and we're
We
all
work very
volunteers,
hard.
So,
Jody's
Yeah,
gotten grand insight to that in recent days.
so
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
I'd also like to mention that, like, again, like Jody mentioned up top, even though Realms will be taking a hiatus as they get into campaign 2,
Mhm.
I hope you're excited with the amount of people who are going to be bringing in for 1-shots and 2-shots and fun campaigns. I know Kiri's going to be running something, and I'm very excited to do that. I am so excited to be running a Call of Cthulhu game. Like, this is going to be an opportunity to check out some brand new systems, and
Mhm.
I think the one thing I really love about the tabletop role-playing game space, especially right now, is there are so many incredible games to play. There are so many incredible people out there working incredibly hard on making new systems. You can go on Kickstarter and see all these brand new cool role-playing games that people are trying to do. There was a Monty Python role-playing game that got back that was funded recently. You could play Kids on Bikes. Second edition is going to be coming out very soon. You've got Vampire the Masquerade. You've got Call of Cthulhu. You still have D&D. You have Pathfinder.
Cypher literally just ended a crowdfunding campaign, I think yesterday or the day before, for some new books. So
And there's so
Coyote
many
and
new
Crew.
shows coming out. Like what Tabletop News is going to be coming out very soon by Hunters Entertainment, by Two Kings Entertainment, and all this amazing cool stuff in this space. So support everyone, play new games, and I'm excited to show more RPGs here aside from like Honey Heist and stuff like that.
yeah.
And y'all ain't ready for Call of Cthulhu. I'm putting a lot of work in. It's going to be immersive as hell.
I'm ready.
Cool.
So yeah.
I'm down.
Follow Zelda Universe on Twitch, because as Elias mentioned before, we have a brilliant social media manager, Mary. She's absolutely wonderful and amazing.
We do not
and does
deserve. We
amazing
don't
things.
deserve Mary.
So announcements for when the next episode is going to be. They're going to be on Saturdays.
We'll be on
whether or
Twitter.
not we meet this Saturday or the next one. Follow the Twitter. You can also follow me. I try to tweet every time we have an episode. So I'm at Trainer Jody. Everyone else here tends to tweet a fairly large amount when we're doing stuff. So if you guys want to give your Twitter handles real quick, or just put them in chat for people to follow.
Mine's the same as the
Twitter's-
one in the title.
Mine
And remember,
is
all fan art and ships go to at Elias Thompson.
Yes.
you can find me at That Lex Plays pretty much everywhere at this point. And the moment we find a date for Call of Cthulhu, I will not shut up about it for like a week.
Jax
So
just always has fan art ready.
I love
It's a-
that.
it's a
though.
Did
rough
you just
sketch.
post fan art?
Thank you
No,
for
I'm
joining
making a
us
sketch
again
of
at
it.
the end, Don.
I love you so
Yeah.
much.
Thanks, Don. We really
Yeah.
Don,
guys
you were
follow
amazing.
at Classy Don.
Don,
Yes,
you
please
were
do.
incredible.
Don is
At
a
Classy Don.
gent and super
Thank you.
I always
handsome.
love playing with you.
Don't let
Dawn.
him tell you otherwise.
Yeah,
Yes,
everyone tweet at Don about how attractive he is. We need that too.
Do
I-
it. He
the
doesn't
greatest
really
Like his,
understand.
his celebrity scruff.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I thought that Hollywood scruff on a
And you
villain
know,
is
the
always
hair
nice.
swoop though.
If
too.
it was possible
Yeah. Oh,
to
I
just
love the
tweet
hair
like
swoop.
some sort of embed of just a live camera feed of his own camera, to where it would basically just him be looking in a mirror, that would be most effective.
Oh, I've got a very narcissist thing about that. I will say this: I thank you for the hair swoop recognized. When that new Pokemon came out, what's his name? Something with the swoop, the blue one, the water one.
We'll call
I
it
felt-
Blue Swoop.
Is
No,
Are you
Qua-
talking
is that
about the
Quaxley?
new starter?
Quaxley.
Quaxley.
When
Oh,
Quaxley
oh,
came out,
God.
I was like, "That's my soul brother right there," because I love me a good swoop.
He's
Waxley
so
is a 1950s greaser.
Well, that's basically
and
what I am.
Donald Duck.
Well, there we go.
Love it.
But I will say, speaking of compliments, my ironically enough, last night we were playing Twilight Princess, me and my girlfriend, and she used Zelda ZU to get past one of the puzzles. But she did hit me because she's not an RPG person, but I'm trying to get her into it. She did hit me with this text. They were right. It is dangerous to go along. Fuck baby, eyes crying, eyes crying. So I
Dude, you like
Hell
fucking
yeah.
destroyed us.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yep.
no, it's always a pleasure.
No,
like I
Dangerous
said,
to Go Alone was a beautiful moment.
Yeah, like I said, classy_Dawn anywhere on the internet you can find me, and it's always a pleasure to play with y'all, especially Jody. Who my small little bit thing, though I've told this to Jody before, is I never got into RPGs until Jody reached out to me when we were trying to get into Geek and Sundry, and because of RPGs, I've met almost all these people here. I've met my friends. I've by proxy met my girlfriend. Like my life is so much better thanks to that, and that's directly thanks to Jody. So thank you, Jody.
So anyway, folks, I hope you all enjoyed this end of the campaign. I do not think it could have ended any better. The stories that we told, I believe, have elevated the idea of RPGs. We have been able to cover difficult topics. We've been able to be silly. We've been able to be serious. And none of that happens because of one person. I would love to take credit for it all. But, every single one of us has pulled double, triple, quadruple duty in creating an amazing show. Everyone at Zelda Universe that has supported this show, Lex and Elias are the ones that we tend to talk about the most because they're on screen. But we've mentioned Mary. Who's the other social medias that did?
Derek helps.
Trevino.
Derek.
Also Alex Trevino.
And all the other stuff that happens at Zelda Universe just so that we have a platform to do this on. The people at Zelda Universe work so incredibly hard, entirely because they're passionate about this game series that, started because this one Japanese game developer remembered when he was a kid how much he loved exploring outside of his town, and he wanted to turn that into a video game. So from that one person wanting to share a childhood experience to an entire franchise and 5 amazing characters that have become friends in their own beings. That is going to be all for me today. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.